All right. Hello there, everyone. My name is Nick, and welcome to my stream. I will be the Dungeon Master for today, and today we are going to be continuing with Session 3 of Age of Titans, which is brought to you all by Nightshade Tavern. So, what is Nightshade Tavern? Nightshade Tavern is a Discord-based online D&D server that is specifically created to teach new players how to play Dungeons and Dragons as shall we say beginner way as possible. But this module, however, Age of Titans, is not one of those modules that we host for new players. This one is for a bit more experienced player, and it is a tier 4 module. Everyone is level 17 and they will be facing against apocalyptic threats. So before we start, I need to say a couple of things. All tokens used in my game are made by Forgotten Adventures, and all battle maps you see are made with assets by Forgotten Adventures. So if any of you would like to use any of them for your own game, you can look them up. They are on Patreon. And now, before we begin session 3, let's start with a little bit of a recap. So, our heroes, the Harbingers of Themris, last session managed to fell Valkanna, an ancient blue dragon that used to be a companion of theirs from ages past, back when they were still adventurers, but for some reasons has been corrupted by some form of necromantic magic and lay siege to Zetrim, the capital of the Solvira Empire. After a short but intense battle, you all slay Valkanna, and through investigation is able to determine that he has been ensorcelled through a mixture of necromantic magic and science, artificer magic, basically. You all then proceeded to destroy the stone that was emanating these pulses of necrotic aura that seems to kill any organic creatures nearby and bringing them back as zombies. Though not before you all sort of like get messed up by it quite a bit because y'all keep rolling low to destroy it, if I remember correctly.
No.
I see. History revisionism is at work. But yes, y'all managed to destroy the stone, and after investigating the stone, you discover that it is made through the same form of magic that sort of like ensnared Valkanna, though this one has hints of enchantment built into it, which you gather is probably the mind control to manipulate the undead into doing what they did, which is, attack everyone on sight. Though Zero was able to determine that the design of the stone reminds him of some of the equipment and objects that you've all seen before in the lair of the many-eyed creature that you all encountered in the island, the creature that you all allied with in order to defeat the Illithid nest that mind-controlled Valkanna into attacking the Theocracy years ago.
How many eyes is too many?
I know, you all just call it the many-eyed creature. We will get to that later. This is still the recap.
Okay.
Y'all then meet up with Empress Laurelin, who managed to destroy the second stone that was dropped in the cemetery district, where you learn that the stone actually brought back to life all of the dead people in the cemetery. And after that, you all begin the process of, disaster relief and started helping around Zetrim. And now that you've all done that, you've all been summoned to Empress Laurelin's tent in order to further discuss what has happened in the city of Zetrim. So, as you're all like heading your way towards the tent, which is located at the central district where, the previous tourney was held, where you all, beat the shit out of that group of Silver Knights. There you see like the massive tent that serves as sort of like the main headquarter of basically the brain of this disaster control that Empress Laurelin is attempting. Is there anything you all would like to do first before you all enter the tent?
Any disagree on planting another bean?
No.
Let's go.
We did.
Another bean. Let's go.
Bean time, let's go.
Wow.
Outside the tent?
While we're at it, can we
Right
also
outside the tent?
mighty
No
sword?
more. No more.
Okay, let's
Alright.
be civil. Let's have a vote, guys.
We're democratic. Let's go.
Oh wow. Alright. With that, Rykard was dissuaded from attempting to plant another seed, and all of you,
Whoa, that's not democracy.
this is a dictatorship now.
Whoa.
More like martial law.
Yeah. Also, and just in case, if any of you are on the stream, try to listen, see if the audio quality, if it's too bad, I might adjust something in OBS. But if it's fine, then I'll just leave it as is.
It's fine.
Okay, good. So, all right. So as you're all like pushing your way into the tent, you hear, you can hear like soft conversation inside, and you gather that Laurelin is talking to someone. And as you also like push your flap, you through the flaps of the tent, you hear it go, "Thank you, you may go." And then you hear a sort of like a feminine, robotic-ish voice that reminds you all of Sven and Zero. Goes, "Of course, Your Majesty." And then you all see as a Warforged turns around and begins to walk out of the tent. And as she approaches you all, she turns towards all of you and gives a nod and goes, "Harbingers," and her eyes fixed on Zero and Sven and acknowledges your presence with a nod before walking past you all to exit the tent. And you see inside here, Laurelin's tent is sort of like, again, set up like previously when you all had lunch with her earlier. The floor is covered in animal rugs and carpets, and there is a central table that has like a map of Zetrum on it. And at the head of the table, you can see there's another desk that Laurelin is sitting behind that is like piled with papers and notes and ink jars and stuff like that. And she is sitting behind the desk, and she has like one hand pressed against her face, looking very much overwhelmed. And so you all enter your way in and head towards where her desk is. And it is at that point that she sort of acknowledges your presence, and you hear her goes, 200,000 civilians, 1/3 of the Solviran military, 1/4 of our Silver Knights, 3/4 of the royal staff and nobility, and half the royal council. And the casualties are still being counted. There hasn't been a disaster in the Empire since... well, since the attack on my family all those years ago. And you know that she is referencing the attack, not the one that you all were a part of, but this one happened much, like about 20 years ago when she was young. The same attack that claimed the life of her parents and left her the sole survivor of the Solvira family. And you can see that all of that is sort of weighing on her. And just for your information, the number of people living in Zetrum is approximately 900,000. So from what she mentioned, about 350,000 people are dead in the city.
That's fast. How did you know?
Damn.
How the hell do you know 300,000 people died?
Yeah, I mean, it has been a few hours they counted.
They
Oh,
count.
Yeah. I mean, the bodies were everywhere. And also magic, you know. Magic helps with a lot of this kind of stuff.
So when do we get paid in Laurelin?
They actually say that. No.
Alright. As you say that, she'll turn to, "I hope you all managed to get some more information as to why your dragon friend decided to attack my city."
Yeah, sure we do. But you can pay up first.
It is
though.
what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying it's the most logical thing to say.
No,
Is
it's
it
not.
really?
I disagree with that.
Democracy.
We are the only party that has that information. It means we have to utilize it no matter what.
No, I don't want to be public enemy number one in this kingdom. We have 2 kingdoms after us.
Not public enemy, we are giving them information. We just want them to give something back. It's a fair trade, I say.
No.
I'm afraid I am in no
Are we the
mood for
heroes
your-
of this story? Are
Oh, I know.
we the heroes of the story or the bad guys?
Oh,
I mean-
I don't-
I mean, we're the anti-hero of the story.
I yeah. I'm just saying, man. Heroes also need money to live, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That's a very impeccable logic, man.
Just be realistic.
I'm afraid I have no patience for your jokes right now, Raika. Tell me what you know now. My people are dead.
Okay.
Told it.
Run away, my guy.
Hear me out. It's your, not my people.
Let me run away with my corpse. Let me run away with my
Okay.
corpse.
Hold on. Do I have to spell to mute him? Hold on.
I mean, there's a silence spell.
I don't know. I'm not a wizard. Hold on. You pause. Let's me put up my spells.
Mr. Cantrip for that.
Then I banish him, but it's only for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let me see. What were the did we tell her that the dragon was possessed?
Not yet.
And okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but his last words was, "It came in the night." Yeah, the dragon last words, "It came into the night, and they took everything." And I'm assuming it's the illithids because we can't defeat them, so we make a deal with the what's that person?
Yeah, with the many-eyed creature.
Yeah, the many-eyed creature.
Yeah. As far as you know, you all did kill off the illithids. But who knows? And also another information you got that Zero received was that the design of the Death Stone reminds him of some of the equipment and tech that he saw within the cave of the many-eyed creature.
I forgot what's the many-eyed creature's name.
Yeah.
The Beholder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beholder, but you all do not know the word beholder yet.
Oh, fuck.
Because this is the first time you've all
the eye
encountered,
thing.
yes, the eye freak, or whatever fits.
Okay, I guess I'll tell them that.
Alright.
For free?
Yes!
Damn.
I think you all should be aware that you all are basically the richest people in the land right now with the money that I gave you all.
No. If that's the case, then Jeff Bezos would not charge for anything.
Yeah, that's because
There is no difference.
I mean that's because he's a tyrant, you
No.
know. So
I have a proposition. You can reveal that to the queen, no problem. If you allow us to plant a bean.
What?
He wants to plant a bean.
yeah,
You would do it regardless.
No, I listen to the people.
No. Then can you explain the big statue at the graveyard?
we didn't make a deal at that time. We did not make a deal.
You said that you were gonna check out to see if anything.
This is a fresh deal. This is like a 2 minute ago deal.
this
I face.
this being that you speak of, the many-eyed creature.
Yes, the many-eye creature.
What do you believe it could have been responsible for what happened to Valkanna?
I don't know, depending on what you think an eye is capable of.
I mean, it has the power to do so, and the clues line up. The dragon does live nearby that area where the many eyes are.
So you
And double checking my notes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and
Actually, why did the dragon choose to live near that place anyway?
it's where his people are.
I mean,
just migrate them.
as far as you all know, Valkanna is a dragon that hundreds of years ago decided to settle in that island, and there was a village of people there, and he decided to protect them, and in return they give him offerings. Dragons, they like gold and stuff like that. So like any kind of like treasure.
Like
Who knows? Magic beans might be one of it. You can offer anything to a dragon.
What are the beans?
So you.
last decade of being alive.
Oops, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you believe that Valkanna was not working alone, that he is under the control of some other being.
Well, his last words were they took everything and they came to the night.
Hmm.
And and when the first time we met him, he was berserk before, right?
Yes, that was because he was mind controlled by the illithid. This time, you do not know. It is completely different from how the illithid had mind controlled him.
Then I would say that he has been mind controlled before. I mean, it can happen again.
Then it is
I mean,
as I feared. If Valkanna has a master, and with the capital attacked and my military diminished, I fear that whomever his master is, they might use this as an opportunity to attack or perform whatever task they wish while we are attempting to recover.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. When he first time came in the possessed Valkanna, didn't he say down with the kingdom, down with the silver flames?
Yeah,
Did he say that?
yeah, down with the city of the Silver Lady, which is the city of Selenia, which is Zetram and the
Yeah.
Silvera Empire.
I also tell her that.
why would a dragon know so much about human city anyways?
Because he's possessed.
How much is his int?
Very high,
How
I'm
much,
sure.
how much for the informations?
I'll tell the queen that.
So you believe that whomever is responsible for Valkanna's condition lies on his island?
No, I believe somebody invaded his island from another nation. Yeah, and probably had some device to mind control. What's that nation we're not good with?
I don't know.
I mean,
Blame it on them, blame it on them.
I mean, both the Iron Dominion and
Yeah,
Tyron
bro.
there.
Yeah, blame it on them.
The Iron Dominion. I believe it's the Iron Dominion's work, man.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. Who else would hit
Who came
another
in?
kingdom more?
So-
No.
Hello.
Wait, did someone come in?
Yeah?
What the fuck?
Who's that?
Ah,
Insolup. Who's that?
I mean,
I
as
have no clue.
they're muted for
Why?
now. I guess they can stay and listen
Why?
if they want, but so long as they're muted. But
Okay,
Pretty sure it's Ray-Ray's fan. I'm just saying. Okay, if
Yeah.
a dragon comes to a kingdom, and not wanting money, not wanting goals, it's another kingdom's work, man.
That is a easy enough conclusion to draw, but the Iron Dominion are not known for their necromancy. Speaking of, she turns to Atri. What does King
Have you ever
Zaxxas
thought of-
have to say about this? This lies within his purview.
Is she muted?
Oh, hello. Bella, you there?
Yeah, you did. Oh, there.
I'm just super overwhelmed. What was it again? You were saying that what
Yeah.
the king says, right?
Yeah.
I just need to contact him again.
Like the last time you contact him, he says that it was
He said-
troubling and that he would look into it, which to you is very almost suspicious because necromancy, is his entire thing. His nation is built on necromancy. For him to not know is is either extremely suspicious
troubling.
or very troubling,
no.
depending on what you think of the king.
I'm just saying we can split our forces, the kingdom's army, to one country, to one nation, and we could go to another one.
Yeah, we have the power of beings.
Are you
Yeah, we are fucking Sven.
are you proposing that we invade the Iron Dominion?
No, we do not invade. We declare war.
I hope you're joking.
No,
Special operation, you know?
special operation, my guy.
Yeah, it's like a small team of professionals.
It's a heist.
I think before we risk open war, we should look into what you mentioned, and she points towards you, Adair. You mentioned this eye creature in the island. Perhaps it would do us good to investigate and look down that line of questioning and see what turns up.
Yeah, the creature with many eyes.
Yes.
I hope we're strong enough this time, because the last time we tried to fight it, we can't.
I mean, you can always just make another deal with another,
That is also true.
What if we
That is
fighted
also
with
true.
them?
Oh god, why you just get stronger?
Uh, well, it has been years since that encounter, and you've all clearly become stronger over the years. I only hope. And you see, she just pauses for a bit, and her head moves to the side. And then she looks back at all of you. Stella wishes to speak with all of you.
Oh,
And,
alright.
and you all know Stella is the goddess of the stars. She is.
Oh.
Yes. And you know this because, so the Solvira Empire is their patron goddess is Selenia, and Stella is the daughter of Selenia. And since Selenia is dead, Stella has sort of taken over for now. And Laurelin is like the direct line to the gods, especially to Stella. And she said that she stands up, and you see one hand she goes to the symbol that she has around her necklace, and she concentrates for a bit, and there is like a sort of like a, you see there's a soft glow across her skin, and as it does, she begins to sort of like grow. I think like not really grow taller, but what happens, when someone is scaled bigger, like for the animation student, when you click on a rig and then you scale it big by pressing the scale button. Yeah, that is basically what happens to Laurelin. Now Laurelin is already quite a tall woman. She's like about 6 feet tall, but then she's beginning to grow bigger and bigger, up to like 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet. And as the light fades away, at first glance, the woman that stands before you seems like an older version of Laurelin, the same silver hair, though it has an ethereal sheen, and she has bright silver eyes that sparkles like stars. And her clothes is a white tunic of beautiful light silvery white that glitters in the light, and spread across her back are a large pair of translucent wings that is like in the shape of the typical angel wings, but it is translucent, and within it you can see the dark starry sky. Like when the wings move, this pattern of stars on the wings doesn't move with the wings. It's like when you like mask something and then you move it, and then
a dimension, like a rip in the fabric of.
Yes.
Hey, I know what you're saying. Let me send you a picture.
Like Estelle did.
Yeah.
Like
Let me
Estelle.
send a picture.
Yeah, and you can see that the joints of her wings are marked by bright white spotlight like stars that are connected to each other by white lines. Like how constellations are drawn on like,
Constellations are drawn.
Yeah, like the white lines that connect the stars to form the symbols. Those symbols form the joints of the wings.
Wait, is it not yellow lines?
I mean, it can be yellow, but usually it's white. Semantics.
Maybe I'm colorblind. Maybe.
Yeah. But yes, Stella, the goddess of the stars, the star weaver, stands before you, and she looks down to all of you. She says, I felt the lives of hundreds of thousands of my mother's subjects perish. And I felt and sense the necromancy used in the creation of the stones and the corruption of the dragon you call Valkanna. I trust that you are all attempting to investigate into this.
Can I roll hand?
Come again?
Can help.
Yes. That is, as you just say that extremely bluntly, she sort of like has a small smile on her face, and she goes, yes, that is why I have decided to speak with all of you.
Oh,
very nice.
I fear that a new power has risen to the west, using the tools of an ancient evil that once plagued this land. If you wish to investigate into this, to the west you must go.
I'm looking at the map.
And
How accurate
your powers are point us towards?
Oh no.
Do you have the exact location? The coordinates?
Yeah, do you have like GPS coordinates or something, man?
Oh no.
What?
You use the star to figure that.
Iron Man, you're in the west.
Oh no, I'm looking at the map. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Nah. Yes. Just so you know, as soon as she says that, again, for Adair and for Zero, you all remember that the island that Valkanna lives on is to the west, off the map of Oris, in the Iron Sea.
Okay.
So that is the first thing that jumps into your mind when she says that.
Ah,
We're departing to the Iron Seas.
Yeah.
Do we have like planes or like express pass? I don't know.
I have a fly. You have a mech. I have a flying broom.
Yeah.
He has a
I,
wiring.
I don't
I
have
have 2 legs.
Uh,
I have 2 legs.
I have a crocodile.
As you mentioned that, Stella will look and says, "I trust Laurelin will be able to arrange ships for all of you to head towards where you needed to go. If
Can you
indeed a
infuse our
ship."
mouth with magical powers?
I mean, even then, your mounts, can they fit all 7 of you?
I'm pretty sure Sans Mecha can.
Yeah. Hey, so can carry like 2 people, I think, and then everyone can just cling on like the armor itself.
Yeah, I will say that the gods themselves veto that because it's too dangerous. Because halfway through you fall, you're just dead. But
Yeah.
Doesn't take risk.
Yeah.
Damn, they're boring.
but yes, and then
Okay, go on.
I lost track of myself. God damn it! Wait, let me
Oh,
look.
sorry.
Let me look at my notes.
So sorry.
No, it's fine. And she goes, "Wherever you go, as you investigate into this, be wary. There are more powers out there that might see this as an opportunity to claim more power for themselves. Keep
Well,
your
that
wits
usually-
keep your wits about you, and
Mm.
do not believe so readily honeyed words." As she says that, she glows again and fades away, and Stella shrinks back down to Laurelin. And you can see she sort of like stumbles a bit, and one hand holds onto the table, and she looks at you.
No!
Wait, what?
No! I was gonna ask if I could roll perception to see if she was single.
Face palming so hard.
Is the god single?
You don't know. but as she does, Laurelin does.
Roll it. Let him roll.
I mean, she's already gone.
It's okay.
It's too late.
He can deduct from the epics of the goddess.
No,
Would that be a religion check?
no,
Yep, religion check.
no. There will be no roll for this.
The DM says no.
Yeah, and as
Oh,
Laurelin
man.
comes back, she'll say, "Yes, I can arrange ships to bring you all to where you need at Squall's End. I will contact the people of the Theocracy. By the time you all arrive at the port town, a ship should be ready for all of you."
Oh.
So we'll be departing from Theocracy.
Yeah, yeah. That
Squall's
is
End.
yeah. That is the
have a rest first, before I start the
Yeah.
journey.
yeah. Of course. I mean, it has been a long day. It has been 3 sessions, but it's been the same day.
Yep.
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 But yes. Yeah, as he
Yep.
goes, of course, go rest up. Dismissed. And she sort of like just holds out a hand, and she sits back down on her chair and begins to go through all the paper stuff that is in front of her.
If like a lot of people died in his country, who's giving her paperwork?
What's the other half that's still alive?
Yeah,
The other two
basically.
girls.
Yeah.
I mean, there shouldn't be that much, right? With 50% employers.
Nah,
employees,
most of
right?
these are like treaties that she's drafting to send to like the various nations to beseech for help.
Ah.
Because almost a quarter of your citizenship dying is gonna hurt. But yes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a ruler.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you're not the ruler. But yeah, y'all leave, and it's easy enough. Y'all can find a tavern easy enough for y'all to stay. Again, y'all can stay for free because
Is it
you're all. Oh yes.
is it possible for me to stay back and help the Empress?
Oh yeah, sure. How
I
do
do
you
that.
how do you help?
How do you do that?
I mean, basically, I'm a minor noble. I have been dealing with my state back in the Kingdom of Carcos, so
Okay.
I'll be able to help her, with all those paperworks. little stuffs.
All right.
Okay, but who's gonna summon your daughter in the fight?
Come again?
Who's gonna summon your daughters in the fight?
Well,
Yeah.
do I
If
say
you're
I wanted
saying
to summon?
that-
Do
Are you
I
trying
do
to-
I say that I want to summon my daughters?
Yep.
You say you probably should.
Yep.
They can help,
trying
you
to
know. They can help with whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do I say I want to summon my
Yeah.
daughters in a battlefield next
Yeah.
time?
I'm
They
saying
don't
you
want
should. I'm suggesting you.
they don't
Yeah.
want they don't want you, but they want your daughters.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, just so you know, I recently discovered that the summon phase spell, the phase spirit summon, is actually small. So all of your daughters are like 3 feet tall.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
But I'll,
Finally.
I'll allow you to
Oh,
flavor it
no,
as
that's
their
fucked
normal
up.
size.
No, it's okay.
Nah,
Very petite.
I mean,
think those are all
I mean,
That's
there's,
very dangerous speak, my friend.
I mean,
We're walking on a dangerous line.
Yeah.
man.
usual, my friend.
I mean, there's petite and then there's dwarf. They're basically a dwarf. They're like short.
That's it.
The DM said it.
They're like
Yeah.
Said it.
they're
Called
basically they're like Tinkerbell, you know, like just. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, but yes, you decide to help. Laurel appreciates it, and she sort of like
It's
tells
okay,
you,
they're 10,000 years old.
yeah, and tells you a bit about, you know, like she said that help will probably come from the theocracy and from Carcos because of past alliances, but she believes that the Concord and the Free States might not be as willing to help, and like she believes that the help from the theocracy and Carcos would be more than enough, but getting help from the Concord and the Free States would, you know, help even more. And so I would say that she assigns you to help draft like the letters to send to those two nations, and just make a general persuasion check for me to see how good you are at, you know, talking to these other nations to help.
Yeah, sure. Hey, plus 10.
Oh,
Hey.
Hey.
Wait, is it everyone or?
no, it's just Dominica. Okay, yeah. You are fairly confident that the letter that you drafted is worded enough with also, you know, the hint of your classic Dominica, like underlying threat, like better help or else, that kind of vibe. And then and you feel that if it arrives to the correct people, it should get the Solvira Empire the aid that they need from these two nations that are, for the most part, neutral towards them.
Alright.
Okay, and so while Dominica is doing that, for the rest of you, is there anything you all wish to do before you all go to sleep and we jump to the next day?
I feel kind of bad to just sleep.
Hmm.
I feel like there would be feel kind of bad to just sleep over it, and when there's like trouble around. I guess, is there any like some things that he can do to help? Like I don't know, rescue more people or clear the wreckage or whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, again, they are still separating the dead. And also remember that the Deathstone did bring back to life every dead body ever buried in the cemetery district. So there is a lot of corpse sorting between those that are already buried and those that recently died today.
Well, let's guess I'll get my hand dirty. I'll help.
All right, just make a...
I...
Oh, yes?
Oh, no, continue.
Okay,
first.
just make a general investigation check there to see how good you are at, you know, separating the corpses. You know, it's a lot of corpses. Like, I cannot stress how many dead bodies there are right now throughout the
15.
capital. Okay, yeah, it's good enough. Like, there were a couple of times where you are like helping them sort the bodies that you think, oh no, maybe that one might have been a recent death and not, and you're like, but it's too late. It's already, there's so many bodies that it's already lost in the process, and you're like,
You would think that undead would be my favorite enemy.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah,
advantage on that.
yeah, I was gonna say it would give you advantage, but that is already advantage, so it doesn't really help.
Yep. Sweat, sad line.
All right. Okay, so with what about the rest of you?
I'm gonna suggest to take a stroll with Sven and Zero.
Oh no.
Okay, fair enough.
Never mind, it's just a stroll. We're not doing
It's just a stroll. It's just a stroll. Yeah.
Just a stroll.
Okay,
You want to stretch your legs?
Oh no.
a
I'm
stroll.
starting to see the party dynamic here. Okay, all right.
Alright, yep.
All right. Yep. The two robots needs to go stretch their joints. There, you know, it
Yeah,
gets
the-
rusty.
Yeah, you can have oil up. You know, they can't do it publicly. It's a very private matter, you know.
No, we have to lube each other up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a different kind of campaign.
Yeah.
Fade to black, my guy. Fade to black.
Okay, all right, we fade to black on the trio lubing each other up.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Oh no.
all right. Halbjorn, what are you up to?
Well, I just saw my character sheet, and I have like less than half my HP. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go to sleep.
All right, so Halbjorn
Yeah.
will go crash, and
Yep.
at A3, what are you up to then?
I will go to the library and see if I can find anything
Okay,
that's related to it, and then go to sleep.
okay. Make a.
I'm gonna use the toilet before I sleep.
Uh, yep, the robot needs to piss.
I'm not I'm the lizard.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're the lizard.
He's the organic one.
Yeah.
I'm the organic one.
Oh, an organic
Maybe
one
you wanna
going.
catch some flies, you know.
Yeah.
Yum 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 yum.
Yep.
Yeah, after I use my toilet, I'm gonna toss a bean in there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll just say for the purposes of this, you use the toilet outside the city so that
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
cause any problem. Roll a bean,
The
why not?
outhouse.
Yes, the outhouse at the farming area by the river.
Oh no.
Oh
I got the pyramid!
Oh no. Oh no.
Got it,
Okay,
guys.
so this
Oh.
outhouse in the middle of nowhere, like I'll say, this outhouse is quite secluded. It's an old one, just so that you don't end up killing innocent people. That's why I chose an outhouse that is way out of the way. The pyramid grows out from the ground, and now there is a landmark to the south of Zetrum by the river, near the farming area. There's just a random pyramid there now.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. After the pyramid, guys,
let's-
I'm just
let's
gonna
explore.
go to sleep. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
My job here is done. I go
Why
back to sleep.
Oh god.
Exactly.
You are all not going into the pyramid. I will say that right now. Okay, you all can go into the pyramid, but it will be a fade to black, and we will jump to all of you leaving the pyramid and going, "Wow, that was a great adventure." You know, like what happened? You know what happened in campaign 1 of Critical Role, where Grog pulled the card that puts his soul in the tower inside, that's inside Gehenna, and then they all like instantly jumped to after they rescue Grog just so they can continue on with the story. That is, if you all go with that, is exactly what I'll do.
I mean, there's a treasure inside, so it's up. I mean,
Yeah. You wanna give us a treasure?
No. Again, like I said, if you all go in, I'll just say you all finished it, and you all came out, and you all be like, "Wow, that was a great adventure. Did you see what that mummy lord did? Yeah, that was wicked." And then that's it.
Huh? I don't wanna go in. I don't want to leave it there.
All right, fair enough.
oh my god.
It's like the mummy is fertilized by Ratcat's poop.
Yep. Yeah. The
Amazing.
yeah.
Hello.
Oh wait, I just realized someone raided me. Hello there, Skull Azure. Thank you for the raid. Sorry, I did not hear anything on my headphones. But yes, thank you. Hope you enjoy Dungeons and Dragons.
You enjoy pyramid in the city?
Yep, and a random pyramid in the city. I would just say that at some point, like someone put like a sign that says "keep out" from the pyramid because I don't.
Oh, that's like the perfect incentive for like adventurers, you know.
Yeah, now there will be guards standing outside just to make sure no one goes in. It's just like that's an adventure waiting to happen right there for future.
Man.
But
I
yes,
wish I was sorcerer now.
but yes. But meanwhile, A3, you will be heading towards the Scholars District, which is to the northwestern side of Zetrum. Now, this part of the city was not touched that much by the destruction that Valkanna wrought. This is the center of education in the Solvira Empire, and is home to the largest library in the northern part of Oris, and it is where like various colleges and student housings are. And you can see there are a couple of mage towers, so this is like very much the academic hub of the city. And so you head to the library, the scholars library basically, and begin to research into things. Make an investigation check, or actually, what are you specifically looking into?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh no. Are you?
Oh.
Is she muted again?
Oh, Bella, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So what?
What?
Yeah, specific. Just so I know, what skill checks I asked you to make.
Something to do with the. Oh, actually, I'm very curious whether the king actually is suspicious or not. Like, does it stem from him or something else? Is it? Did he really answer me properly?
Yeah. All right. You know what? I guess we will take this opportunity for you to learn something about your king that I haven't told you yet. Mostly because this happened sometime during the year that you all are separated. So after, as you all know, Xarxus, the coup held by House Ormal, nearly killed him and ousted him from the throne. He actually died from that attempt, but you all managed to revivify him.
Oh.
But Atri, you and to a certain extent Dominica, both of you will know that after that death experience that he had, he sort of, not to say obsessed, but he begins to research a lot into immortality and how to achieve it. But you know that he do not want to do it through lichdom, because that is like a perversion of necromancy magic. And so I would say that is all Dominica will know if she ever thinks about this. But for Atri, you will know more because you work very closely with Xarxus. And you know that over the course of his studies, he eventually begins to research into how the original gods of Themris became gods in the first place, because they were all originally angels, demons, devils, fae. But then through worship by mortals, they all became gods. And there has been studies and texts about there being mortal gods as well, humans, elves, dwarves, that were worshipped by their people so much that they eventually become gods. None of those exist in Oris, but you've read about it in other nations, including the one that Halbjorn come from, Xylia. Like, Halbjorn, he's a totem warrior. He worships these celestial beasts that grant him strength. And in the beginning, you thought that they were just like, superstitions, but during your research, Atri, you learned that these animal gods actually do exist, mortal gods. And Karkos knows this as well, and so he begins to research into that. But even then, you believe that he probably won't be able to do it until 2 months ago, before session 1, he showed up to you in Zetrum, but not his physical form. He showed up in an avatar form that only the gods can do, to tell you that he's done it. He's discovered a way to achieve immortality without resorting to lichdom or cloning. So, Atri, you are the only person outside of Xarxus' inner council that knows that he is now a demigod. A demigod of the willing dead. People who deliberately choose to become undead instead of being enslaved by it. And he did this through a contract that every citizen of Karkos have to agree to before they become a citizen, which is, I've mentioned before, in return for all of the benefits of being a citizen of Karkos, after you die, your body will be used to perform labor in the city or for the military, but your soul gets to progress, right? At some point during the intervening years, he altered the contract to include, it's very simple. At one part of the contract, Atri, you notice when you read through it, when he changed it, is pledge fealty and loyalty to the king of Karkos. He added faith into that line. And in so doing, anyone who signed that contract also pledged their faith to him. Over 2 million people live in Karkos, the largest city in Oris, and the faith of these 2 million people signing that contract in the intervening years elevated him to demigodhood.
Dang.
He got suspicion.
Yeah, as far as you know, he is not attempting to become a full-fledged god to just take over the nation. He did it to specifically prevent himself from being killed again because he has no spouse, he has no children. If he dies, his empire, his kingdom dies with him, his family, his entire family house dies with him. He wants to stop that from happening, and this is the method he's chosen to do it. So do with that information what you will, A3.
Who?
Yeah, yeah, for A3. You're the only one who knows about this, and for the past few months since learning this, you have kept it to yourself because Xarxes has asked you to do so because he believes that if other people find out, they might turn on him and believe that he is attempting nefarious purposes when he's not.
So it kind of.
Sorry, toilet.
Don't forget to plant another bean.
Oh god.
No.
He really want to plant bean in the toilet.
Alright. Oh, thank you for the follow, Nova Ultima. Hope you enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. But yes, Aitri, this is the information that you have known for a while, but hasn't really found a reason to act upon it. But now, knowing what you've known, what do you think now?
Quite heavy. It seems like he is not like what the information shows, but I'm not sure. Still not sure. I'm gonna research more.
Alright, so what is it you are attempting to research?
Research the creature with many eyes.
Okay, this will be this will just be a history check for you. With advantage because you are at the Scholars District. Okay. Oh, I'll roll one more time just to see if you roll higher. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So you are looking through so the Scholars District, like some of the sort of like the head scholar there is Arakokra that you are sort of like quite familiar with, and he, after telling him about the many-eyed creature, he was like thinking, he's like, yes, there is one text a bit apocryphal among the academic circle, but I believe it might help you. And he will go and he retrieves it, and he gives you like this tome. Just from how worn out the pages are, you gather that this tome is probably one of the very, very few texts that survived the Sundering, of which not much is known because most of the information about it, think of like the Sundering as like the burning of the Library of Alexandria for Oris in particular. Like a lot of knowledge and history was lost when the Sundering happened, and only a scant few survive, and this book is probably one of them. And so you read through this book, and in it spoke of entities that came from beyond the stars, things that exist not in other realms but in between it or outside of what the known realm encompasses. And the description of the many-eyed entity tells you of one that the old mages from the pre-Sundering era refers to as a beholder, a creature that is born out of pure intellect and is known to be extremely dangerous to mages because its stare can disable magic. And this definitely, as soon as you read this, that was a very creepy sound that I just heard.
What was that?
What?
Oh, it was a cheer. I forgot. I'm an affiliate now, so people can cheer. Thank you for the cheer. I didn't realize the sound effect for the cheer was so spooky. It was like.
It's Halloween theme.
Alright, thank you, Mossy Forest 25 for the cheer.
Hi, Moss.
Hi, Moss.
Hey, Moss.
Moss.
Oh, nice.
Yep. But yeah, and you all have experienced this before. That was what caused you all to instead switch tack and attempt to bargain with that creature that you now know of as a beholder, because its gaze turned on all of your entire party, and you all just lost your magic, and both Zero and Sven instantly fall flat on their face because they're Warforged beings of magic. So when the eye go over to them, they just instantly shut down.
Oof.
Yeah. But yes.
Just get an organic core.
Yeah. Oh, I got another cheer. Nova Ultima, the one bar who decided to charm the boss in your tutorial session. Oh, thank you, Nova Ultima. And it was I had a lot of fun running the tutorial session for you. Hope you enjoy this little module I'm running right now. But yes, that is what you learn A3 about. You know that it is a beholder and a creature of intellect. And that sort of like stands out to you, a being of intellect. Thinking back to what you saw of this beholder's lab. It is a lab. It was researching something. You all, at that point, didn't really look much into it because you all had bigger things to worry about. But intellect, lab, what Zero said about the Deathstones resembling the stuff inside this beholder's lab. It is, you know, the suspicion is there for you right now.
Okay. I shall keep this, and then in the morning I'll tell the party about this eye picture thing that I discovered.
Alright, and so with all of that, you all proceed back to the tavern that you're all staying at. You all get your individual room, and all of you finally take a long rest, and we are now in day 2 of Age of Titans. 3 sessions in.
Rest, boys.
Let's
Long
go, long
rest.
rest.
Oh, my favorite rest.
One died.
Yep. Rykard finally
I'm
gets
alive.
all of his spell slots back after dumping
Yeah.
all of it into a warm-up battle against the Silver Knights. But yes, the new day is open to you, and is there anything you all like to do before you all set off towards Guao's End?
Before I leave my room, I would like to,
No more beans. Save the beans for another area, please.
I would just hide a bean inside the pillowcase.
Oh, inside the pillowcase?
Yep.
Alright.
So the next time someone sweat in their sleep, yeah.
Pretty sure that's not how it works, but you know what? I feel that.
It needs to be a ground, isn't it? It
Yeah.
needs to be a ground.
No.
It's
I'm pretty sure
supply, my guy.
I'm pretty sure medieval pillow are dirty enough to have
Alright, fine. You put it underneath your bed, and you all. Okay, wait. Is
No.
there? Oh, what?
pillowcase.
Oh, okay, fine. You put it into the pillowcase. We'll see what comes of that at some point.
Yep, eventually if I remember.
Okay, so for the rest of you, is there anything else, last minute stuff you all want to do here before you all leave?
You guys, I'm going to assume we can't buy anything here because the whole kingdom is messed up.
I mean, make an investigation. Depends. What are you trying to buy?
I'm asking everybody in general. You guys want to buy anything? Because I don't know, potions
I mean, we
whatsoever.
should, yeah, I think we should stack up our potions, I guess.
Just for the purposes of this, I will, since Adair, you're the one that asked for it, make a D100 roll for me just to see.
Oh
Ooh.
Is it going to be another pyramid?
No.
Four.
You hear flapping in the distance, and you see a dragon with 5 heads. No, I'm just kidding. You.
Oh man.
I just want some potions, but Tiamat, I got Tiamat instead. That should be a shirt. I wanted potions, and all I got was Tiamat killing me and my party.
Oh, wow.
No.
Wow.
But yeah, with that role, I'll say that you approach like one of the other advisors. That people again, the disaster relief effort progressed through the night. You ask for one of them to sort of like say, is there any assistance that the crown can offer for us? And then he will go, okay, wait for a moment, and then he will go off, and after a while he will return with a small chest and pass it to you and says, courtesy of Empress Laurelin. And it's like you just see like a simple letter that basically wishes you all luck on your next task. And also, no, it's not just the letter. I'm talking about the letter first. He didn't just send you a small chest with just a letter inside saying good luck. And in it,
Really funny though.
and in it, she mentioned that she has acquired a ship from the theocracy for you, called the White Beacon, that belongs to someone named Captain Sears, and
Okay.
and her crew will be the one to bring you to the island where Valkanna originated from. And inside the chest, you have 3 potions of superior healing. And I would say, what other relief item were you thinking of getting, Adair? Just to see what else you would get from this. Don't want to just give you stuff that you might not be able to use.
because I used a potion advantage. I was just gonna stop buy one more potion advantage. That's about it. But I know other people needs to buy potion of superior healing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the chance is quite big. I'll say that there are like 4 vials of potion. 2 of them are potions of superior healing. The other 2 can be potion of advantage, or it can also be more potion of superior healing for all of you.
I guess I just need one potion advantage. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. What do you want the 4th and final potion to be? It can be other stuff as well, like resistance potions or things like that.
What's the strongest poison possible?
Huh?
The strongest poison
Who
possible.
said that?
Okay.
Okay. No. Your character's name.
Zero, whatever.
I actually turned to
Zero,
zero.
whatever.
Okay.
I actually just turned to 0 and said like, you want poison? I can spit on you.
Oh yeah, you all don't need poison. You have a yuan tea with you.
No, that's for later tonight. But
Get to black, my guy. Get to black. Get to black, my guy.
Wow. Okay, you know what? Before we make this module 2 PG, alright.
It's
I
already
mean,
R15 at this rate.
It was actually innocent, but yeah, I'm actually a Yuan-Ti, so
Yeah.
I have poison in my body.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Of course.
Alright. Anyway, back on track. What do you want the 4th potion to be?
Potion. I don't know. Your choose, because I already got my potion.
Anyone?
can we roll for it or something?
Okay,
go for it.
roll a d10. Roll a d10 for me. The one who say can we roll for it, you can roll a d10 because you're the one.
sure.
You
Okay.
spoke it into existence, so
Oh,
you shall
no.
roll.
Two.
Okay. All right. You get a potion of. Oh god, what's it called? Yeah, potion of thunder resistance.
That's all right.
You asked.
Yeah. There's a list.
Yeah.
I gave you all a choice, but you wanted a table, so I consulted the table. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Democracy.
All right.
It's fine. It's
Ice is
fine.
fair.
Alright, so with your potion of thunder resistance, 2 potions of superior healing, and a potion of advantage, you all set off on your journey towards Squall's End.
Where's Squall's
how far
End?
is that?
Squall's
It's right
End,
here.
yeah, is over here
Oh,
At-
Squall's End.
by
Alright.
Terrell
Oh.
Bay. You are all at Zetram. So in order to go there, you all will, depending. I don't think you all have. I think you all will probably be taking the crooked road because not the crooked road. I forgot the name of my own road. Yes, that's the crooked road. All right.
Zooming, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, it's the
Yep.
Cooper Road right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you all just progress through it in your, your mech, in your crocodile, on your broom, and then also, horses as well, because some of you don't have mounts. Oh, and also your wyvern. A very eclectic party, to be sure.
Yeah. I mean, those who doesn't have mount can just like hop around
Just
for one of
walk.
us. No, don't need to walk.
No more, just walk.
No, I
Nah.
offer to sit. So I offer somebody to want to sit next to me on my room.
All right.
Yep, Yuan-Ti wants to sit on the broom. or
Alright.
watch
Alright.
anything left behind.
Yep. And oh yeah, and Dominica has her carriage with like the 4 skeletal horses and
Yep.
her skeletal servants. So it's
Yeah.
just like everyone is just out in the open, and then Dominica is just inside with her fan, like a
AC.
Yeah,
Tree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. A very anachronistic air conditioner inside. Like I'll just say it's an air stone, a magic stone that emits cold air.
Ice.
Ah.
Ice.
Ice.
Yeah, just ice.
Ice.
Just ice.
Ice.
Never melting ice.
Never melting ice.
Yep. Just a slab of ice over there that emits like soft mist, and then a skeleton is like feeding you grapes or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
I like that.
While everyone else is just outside riding the crocodile, the dragon, and stuff like that.
Can I put on my music? Can I put on music inside my carriage?
all right.
Custom music.
You take a stone. This is new technology in Carcos. They call it a stone, a recording disc, where they etch like grooves onto a slab of stone, and then you take your specially manufactured skeleton who has a one finger that is like made of metal, and you put the point onto it, and you spin the stone. The skeleton opens his mouth, and then music comes out.
Damn.
Nice.
I don't know what.
Suddenly I feel like I want to go inside.
Yeah,
I mean, I can drop you off.
yeah,
Those are for my daughters. Those are for my daughters.
the thing
Your
is,
daughters are small enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I can fit in.
the thing is, the carriage is massive.
wanna?
It can fit like 5 people, but Dominica is just inside there alone while all of you are outside.
I can slither in, you know.
I can drop you off there. If you want.
Oh no.
Look, I think A3 and also, I think the ladies will be able to come in. A3 and Adair should be able to go in. Definitely not Zero. Definitely not Raikat. Definitely not
What do you
Albion.
mean? What do you mean?
Alright.
You're going to woo my daughters. I thought, oh no, I can't. I can't.
I'm a robot. Nothing works.
Right. Right.
All
A
right.
robot who proposed to come in to the mecha.
Yep, a robot riding a mecha. That is quite the conundrum. Like, it's a paradox right there. Like, just think about, like, just what is life? Imagine a human riding a bigger human. Like, what?
Nothing wrong.
Okay, but anyway, we're off track. You all continue on your journey to Squall's End, and I'll say that it'll take you about 5 days.
Oh
Wait.
damn.
Wait, one. No, wait, not 5 days. You're all riding on transport, so it'll take you 3 days. And by the end of the first day, you all would have passed through Terran, which is a farming town, by where the Riverside Road branches off from the Crooked Road next to the Crystal River before it splits south into the Fellis River. And you can see most of the buildings here are like wooden buildings with thatched roof, though most of the ones nearer to the center are stone, as the town is in the process of upgrading them. You gather that give it another 10 or 20 years or so, Terran would probably grow to become like a full-fledged city. And most of the northern side of the town is covered by massive acres of farmland that is currently in the process of being planted, so most of it is bare. So you all pass through this easy enough, and on your second day, you all continue along the Riverside Road and eventually merge into Dawn Mother's Path to head towards Squaws. And now, throughout these 3 days of travel, is there anything you all would like to talk about or things like that? Before, yeah.
No, I prefer awkward silence.
Uh,
Oh,
damn.
But, 3 days, a lot of things can happen.
I thought you were gonna be planting beans on every one of those 3 days, but it was okay.
Nah. No beans.
Don't influence him.
No beans.
Oh wow, character development.
No beans, just silence.
Just awkward silence.
That is character development for Raikon already, not
Yeah.
causing chaos.
Why cause chaos at a place you don't stay?
Alright, in that case, Oh.
As for the past 3 days, I guess I would like to update on my using the sending stones on what's happening with my to my mom.
alright, I'll say that, yeah, you talk to, and as far as the information that is coming, nothing has happened in the theocracy so far. It has been peaceful. There's been no attack, not even rumors actually. Like, they've obviously by this point, the theocracy have heard of what has happened at Zetram, and you know that a contingent has been sent from the Golden City to go aid Zetram. And in fact, the day after you receive this information from your parents, you do notice like a large contingent of caravans and soldiers marching with supplies along the Dawn Mother's Path and passes all of you on their way towards Zetram.
Okay.
Yeah, but your family is safe.
Okay. For now.
For now.
Yes, for now.
Yeah, I mean, I would never hurt family. Like, nah, come on.
Oh, you should see my other. You should see my other campaign.
Yeah.
I regret putting them in.
Always a risk to have living families.
Yep.
But yes, by the time I would say that you all arrive at Squall's End a little past sunset, and as I mentioned before, Squall's End is a port town that is beside Taro Bay that opens to the Iron Sea. It is like the Golden City. It is a marble town. most of the buildings are like built out of like polished marble, and about a quarter of Squall's End hangs over the bay on marble pillars built into the seabed. So it extends out into the bay itself. And the ground, because the ground along the side over here is sloped, Squall's End is built in tiers with marble cliffs marking each tier that goes ever lower and lower until it arrives at the docks, which is the part that is stuck out into the bay. And there is a simple 15-foot white wall that surrounds the port town. Like, you'll arrive there, like there are guards posted there, but you are recognizable, and so they allow you to pass through. And just from you get, as you pass through, one of the guards says, Harbingers, we've been expecting you. Please proceed. And they gesture for all of you to enter the town. And as you enter, you will be approached by a woman who seems to be human, in her 60s, with graying hair, dressed in like fine silk clothing. And she goes, welcome, Harbingers. I am Seneschal Heldar. I will be bringing all of you to the docks, to the ships that will bring you to wherever it is that you need to go. Come. And she will lead you towards and as she's bringing you towards the docks, she will tell you most information you already know from Laurelin. The captain is Captain Sears, and the ship is the White Beacon. But she also provides more information and mentioned that Captain Sears is from the Concord, and she works as a freelance trader with the Theocracy. And she is apparently paid extremely well to harbor all of you as passengers. So that is what you learn as you arrived. And as you do, you see you're at like the dock is like it's sprawling, like various piers sticking out, and like boats are like scattered here and there. And Seneschal Helda brought you towards one ship that is like quite impressive. Is like sort of like it's a galley that seems to have like 3 decks just from at first glance. Is like, you know, not really the kind that you would see for a typical trader. Like, this is very much a ship of someone that is like extremely well off. And as you arrive, you are greeted by a person that is on the plank. Oh god, there's a word for this. The plank that leads to the ship from the pier. I'll just call it a plank from now.
Yeah, plank.
Yeah,
A bridge.
Nah, there's a specific word for it. I just cannot remember right now.
Gangplank?
Yes, gangplank. Yes. At the gangplank, you see a human man standing there in his 30s, dark skin, cropped hair, and wearing loose clothing. And as he notices you come, he goes, there you all are. You're all ahead of schedule. Pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Lucian. I'm the first mate to Captain Sears. Now, let me introduce all of you to the crew and bring you all to your quarters, shall we? And
okay.
And also, he looks at the mecha. So that might need to be lashed onto the sails, because it will not fit into the cargo hold. And then he will look at the crocodile. We know about the dragon. He points to Shadow, Halbjorn's wyvern, but not the crocodile.
It's okay. I have the unlimited water thing, so it's fine.
I mean, it's less the water and more like, sure, the ship is big, but you gather, like, as you all get up to the ship, like that crocodile, like it's a giant crocodile. Like, it takes up like half the ship, like a portion of the front.
I don't see an issue there.
Some time to the front of the ship.
You can do that. I don't mind.
Tie him, like put him in a floaty, and then let him just sail from behind.
Just so you know, you can disapparate your crocodile and resummon it at any time.
I refuse.
Wow.
Let's get him a floaty.
I like the floaty idea.
Yeah, let's
Alright.
put him salty.
All right, your croc just looks at you for a bit, does the best impression that a reptile can do in rolling their eyes, and it'll go overboard and into the water.
It's my crocodile. He will be very happy.
Yeah, I will say that your crocodile behaves very much like a cat instead of a dog. Like it sasses you a lot, but stays with you anyway. Because I think that's
Damn.
funnier.
Good enough.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. And as you're born, you can see like.
Let me just tie the Strixhaven mascot to him just so he don't get afraid.
Wow.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I just saw the Mega Knight. So they call us Harbingers instead of Hearts. I actually forgot about that. They should be calling you Hearts. Oh god.
No,
That's...
I think
I will say that among like the sort of like the more casual people, they'll call you Hearts. But like if it is like royalty, they'll just call you Harbingers because they will not be caught saying Hearts on a regular basis. Yeah, so I'll say Lucian first mate Lucian will call you the Hearts. Because it makes sense. And as you're all boarded the ship, you can see a couple of people starts to lead the heads up to you, Halbjorn, and wants to bring your wyvern down into the cargo hold. Do you allow them to do so?
How many days journey would this be?
Lucian will go. Oh, depending on the wind, should be about 5 days.
I look to my wyvern and ask, like, you okay staying for 5 days in a deep, dark cell?
Deep talks.
And as you said that, Lucian goes, I wouldn't say it's a cell, but you can see the wyvern is like, like Shadow is like baring her teeth.
Well, you have your answer.
Well, just so you know, we're not gonna keep her down there the whole time. Like she's free to fly around. All dragons need to stretch their wings. Not that I've ever encountered dragons before.
Oh boy, you're missing out.
So I gather, considering what I've heard.
Okay, well, I'll put it this way: if you can convince Shadow to go into the hold, then that's on you.
All right.
So yeah, I want you to roll an animal handling.
Yeah, that's what I've done. Lucian is like sort of like his eyes widen, looks at you, looks at the wyvern, looks at you, wyvern, and then he puts on a smile. Sure, of course, I love animals. And he,
I asked him, would you like to speak with the animal? Because I can cast speak with animals. That'll help you, maybe.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. And you can see there's a bead of sweat down the side of his brow. Okay, so he has advantage on this. As he does that, it gives him telepathic ability to speak, right?
I mean, that's what you did to me with my eagle.
Okay, that makes sense. As soon as you cast that, you can see him Lucian beginning to go, and then you go, no, you can do it telepathically. And you go, oh, all right. And he'll close his mouth before he starts growling, and concentrate on the wyvern, on Shadow, and I will roll with advantage animal handling.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I rolled 16. Not too bad.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah.
I would say Shadow would probably be convinced.
All right. Like Shadow, like for a second, like she's just glaring at him, but then eventually she allows him to pet him, and oh, see, told you I'm a natural with animals, and then he begins to lead the wyvern down, and by this point, you see who looks like the captain steps up, and you see like this seemingly human-looking woman, but as she gets closer, you'll notice there's like a sheen to her eyes that speaks to celestial blood, and you gather that she's probably an ASMR, which is fairly common towards the northern side of the city where the theocracy is. And she's
definitely.
Yeah, she has dark skin, dressed in blues, white, and red, and has a very nice hat that all ship captain must have. If you don't have a nice hat, why are you even a ship captain?
It's true.
And she looks at you and goes, all of you must be the Hots, as I've come to learn. Well, welcome to the White Beacon. I am Captain Sears, and I will be your captain for the foreseeable journey. Now, I've been told by my employers that I was to bring you all somewhere to the west, but they are a bit mum on the details. So if you all could provide me with some information as to where we might begin navigation.
West.
West.
East.
Yeah.
Did they at least tell you which island it was to go?
Well, they did mention West and an island, but there are many islands scattered throughout the Iron Seas. Is there any possible landmarks that you can provide?
What's the I forgot what's the island name again?
The pyramid.
No, not the pyramid. I would say that the landmark that you all can get can focus on specific because you've all been to this island before. So I'll gather like for the more nautical members of your party, you will be able to provide like vague coordinates, and I'll say that one of the most recognizable feature of the island is that it has a mountain at the center of it that is quite tall. It makes it seem like this island at one point was not an island but is a mountain on maybe a continent that sunk so that the tip of this mountain sticks out from the water and eventually becomes an island. So you provide that information and Captain Sirius is like, alright, I can work with that. Alright, well, make yourself comfortable. Your Lucian where did he go? She just randomly grabs one of the crew member. This guy, what's your name again? And he's like, Declan. Declan will bring you to your quarters. Alright, Declan, get to work. And then Captain Sears walk off, and Declan, the random crew that she dragged, is like, follow me, and gestures and leads you all down. And down to the lower deck. Now, like I mentioned, the lower deck is divided into 3 parts. The lowest part is the cargo hold where Shadow is. Then the middle 2, the top one is the cruise deck, and then the 3rd level is the sort of like the passengers deck. And you gather that beyond just trading, they are also like passengers, like people like renting passageway between islands and stuff like that will rent out this ship as well. And each of you get your own room, and they're all relatively like very nice rooms, like not like 5-star hotel, but good enough, like clean. The bed is soft. Each of you get a desk to yourself, a chest, or even a wardrobe for you all to put your clothes if you wish. But yes, you all settle into your quarters, and a few hours later, the ship sets sail. You can feel like the ship begins to move as like orders are being shouted on the deck itself, and the white beacon sets out of Terrell Bay and into the Iron Seas. Now, like I mentioned, this trip is approximately 5 days. Is there anything you all would like to do in this 5 days, cooped up on a floating ship?
You cannot plant bean, haha.
Oh, please no. It would, needless to say, it would be disastrous, borderline catastrophic if you attempt to plant a bean on a ship in the middle of the ocean.
I'm not that unhinged yet.
That's what you say.
That's what you say.
I only plant it when we land.
Okay, fair enough. But yes, is there anything you all like to do during these 5 days? Like any conversation, anything specific that any actions? Yeah, Rykard is surprisingly placid over the past 5 days. Like he's just in his room, like I don't know, meditating or some shit.
That's kind of worrying if now you think about it. Actually,
I mean, he's a minister of environment. Surely he'd be enjoying the seas.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Enjoying the seas that's not polluted.
Yeah.
I mean,
what?
All right.
What do I have over here?
What do I can do? Let me see.
I mean, we can bet on something.
Yeah.
We can bet on something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Y'all can also help out on the ship if you wish. Like it's not compulsory for y'all passengers, but you know it's something you can do if you wish.
what shivers
We're-
do fucking
we're-
backhand
we're-
job.
We're Harbingers of Themris. We're not peasants.
Oh wow.
Like all minor
Damn.
nobles.
I mean, you're all technically noble, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like check on my.
Well,
my
I guess, yeah. I guess since that I have commune with nature, I'll try and use commune with nature to make sure that the weather for the next 5 days will be smooth sailing.
Oh, all right. Wait, is this a check or something?
It's let me just display it in BTT. It's a spell. It's just like it's like a spell to say whether or not like the weather will be fine tomorrow or some shit.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, let me read this. So
You can't change the
Oh,
weather,
damn.
you just know about it.
Yeah, I just know whether or not it'll be fine.
Okay. In that case, allow me to roll some d12s.
Yeah.
Okay, so from up to how many days?
Well, it's I'm just gonna cast it every day to make sure that we have smooth sailing.
Okay, so every day you sort of like go up to the deck and towards the front, like out of the way of the crew, so you don't like so that no one trips over. You sit down, you close your eyes, and you concentrate. You get in touch with the celestial beast that serves as the source of your power as a barbarian. You connect with them, and you gain sight beyond sight into nature. And you gather that the first 2 days will be smooth sailing. The third day there is a storm.
Oh dear.
The fourth day, there is strong wind that thankfully blow towards the west, so it speeds you up. So you lose a day from the storm, but you gain a day from the wind, so you are also on track for 5 days. And the fifth day, there is turbulent currents, but that only delays you by half a day. So from 5 days, your journey will be 5.5 days, roughly.
Okay.
And that is the information you have from your commune with nature per day. For the rest of you, is there anything you all would like to do?
Well, I like to know. I mean, my patron is Ortex. How should I do with him?
Oh, you know, it's interesting that you mentioned Orthak.
Oh dear.
You know,
Oh.
well, we're gonna jump for a bit to because this was actually something I was gonna bring up later on, but since you mentioned it now, we will do it now. On the third day, during the storm, like, and the ship is like rocking, and some of you get like motion sickness and stuff like that. I'll just say for the purposes of this, because it's funny, Rykard gets motion sickness because I find the idea of a lizard getting motion sickness to be exceedingly hilarious. But but don't worry, it has no penalty to you. It's just flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all of you are like in each of your respective quarters, and Dominica, you are in your own quarters, and just like you just tell me, what would Dominica be doing during the storm? Trapped, like confined to the quarters for now.
All right.
Yeah, like, what would she be up to? Just to get an idea of like what she would be doing at this point as the storm rages.
Meditates.
All right, so you use this chance to meditate, and as you sort of like allow,
meditate at the roof. I mean, no, at the ceiling. Sorry.
Okay, so as you sort of like meditate, sort of like getting into like your inner peace, so to speak, like just letting the storm and the rocking of the ship sort of like lull you into a softer state of mind, and as you do, you feel something tugs at the edge of your mind. It's a very familiar sensation. You automatically open your eyes and look towards one corner of the room, the darkest corner of the room, as you have been trained to do ever since this being became your patron, and you see the shadow at that corner. The darkness is much deeper than you would expect despite the light inside your room, and it is pulsing and is almost beckoning you forward. What do you do?
Approach the darkest corner.
All right, you get off of your bed, you walk towards it, and outside, the lightning strike flashes outside, goes in through the port window by your room, and it illuminates your room, but that corner remains dark, and then it fades away. You reach the corner, you sit down, and you look into it, and you concentrate. The darkness grows and grows until it encompasses all of your vision. And then you hear and feel a presence with you deep inside the shadow that is no longer the corner of the wall. through it, you can almost see a room. No, not a room. A cave. Stalactites, stalagmites, glittering in like moisture of minerals. And within it, you see movement. And then you hear a voice in your head. Minika, it's been a while. How has my beloved apprentice been?
Ortex, how have you been?
Oh, here and there, I've sensed a disturbance in the natural world. An overabundance of death and undeath that belongs to none, that now owns a domain over the unliving. What can you tell me about this?
Certainly, our friends of ours, Valkanna, has initiated a great cataclysm over the Solvira. And I'm sure all of the souls that perish would suffice your dominions, I presume?
Oh, that is why I reached out to you. For there has been 500,000 dead, but not one soul reaches my realm, or the realm of the others of the dead. Something has taken these souls.
The souls doesn't reach to you?
No, nor the others of the domain.
Where would it be then?
And you see movement shifts, and you feel a presence approach you from this minor portal into this other realm that you know to be Orthax's dimension, a dimension of darkness and death. And you see a silhouette of a hairless, skeletal figure hunched over. You don't know how tall or long it is, or how many limbs it has, but it's skeletal and it stretches almost like a spider across the encompassing face, and you see its head. It doesn't look at you, but it dangles towards you upside down, almost like there isn't a joint along its neck, and it is hanging upside down, and black pits of eyes stares at you, and a lipless mouth that opens with teeth that rings it, almost like a leech's mouth, but each of the teeth are square instead of points, and it gives it an extremely strange, like, you don't see fully, but just like abstract shapes of it, but it imprints in your mind. And you hear a voice, and you hear his voice again in your head. I fear an all power has been claimed. A power that has been dormant for centuries. And you head towards its source. Do you have what it takes to challenge this old power in the new hands of its wielder?
An all power. A wielder.
Yes, an old power that even the celestial gods fear. But I believe its wielder to be a misdirection. And as he says that, a hand reaches out from the shadow, and before you can even react, a skeletal black hand that coils with shadows grabs onto your left forearm tight. And you try to pull back, but you can't. It's too tight, and you can feel icy cold begins to burn into your hands, and you hear a voice goes, "Only one can wield this fell necromancy from ages past, and he suffers no rival. And it burns, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
This has been true.
Yes.
19.
All right. So you can feel it burn the way the hands grabs onto you, and you know what Orthak is doing. He is, in his own way, he is attempting to bestow upon you something, whether a gift or curse, you do not know. You receive the gift, but with that high roll, you do not suffer the consequences. And as you feel the burn, like, you can feel it arch up your arms, travels towards your chest and into your mouth, and involuntarily you let out a growl, and you can feel your canines point out and grows to the point that it splits your gums, and you can taste blood in your mouth. And then again you hear Artak's voice in your head. When the time comes, when you come face to face with the power of this ancient necromancy, I trust you will know what to do. And the hand releases you, retracts back into the shadows, and the corner of this room is now just a corner, and you stumble back a bit, panting softly. How do you react?
It was at night, right?
Yes, this is at night during the storm.
Okay, is the storm subside already on this time?
It is still extremely heavy. The ship is still rocking, but the lightning seems to have died down a bit. But you are still very much you're still in a storm, but not a tempest.
Well, do I have wine around me?
wait, do you have what around you?
Wine. Do we have any wine bottle around me?
I'll say that you packed a couple of bottles with you.
Okay, so I'm just going to pour out a drink, and after that just.
Yeah, all right. And as you take the wine to drink, like you pick up the wine from where you've placed it, there's a mirror on top of this small little chester, and as you look, you can see there's a bit of blood trickling out of your mouth, and you notice that your canines are much longer and sharper than it has been.
Ooh.
And you can feel the tingling sensation in your left forearms where Orthak grasps you. It still pulses, this icy chill.
Right.
And
Okay.
you drink. And for the purposes of this, I will say that you're a vampire. You have your vampiric bite, right?
Yes, I do.
Your vampiric bite, based on this quote-unquote gift of Orthak, it now does D8 piercing damage instead of D4.
Ooh.
And
Come again?
it does D8 instead of D4, your vampiric bite.
Yes.
And when you choose to empower it, regardless of whether you take the option of letting the piercing damage heal you or get advantage on your next attack roll based on your what you roll for your piercing damage, you will also do an additional 4d6 necrotic damage when you empower your vampiric bite.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Yes, you have been bestowed something by Orthak. You do not know whether it's a gift or a curse yet.
Okay. Well, at least I do have 1d8. Sorry.
Yes. Just so you know, you do not add the necrotic to the bonus it gives you on your ability check or attack roll, because a potential plus 30 to an attack roll, I just cannot accept.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
but yeah, and for the purpose of this, if you use it to heal you, you'll heal your full piercing. For the necrotic, it heals you half, but if you reduce the creature to 0 hit points, it automatically kills the target and you heal full necrotic.
Full necrotic.
Yes. You do not know what happens if your necrotic damage reduces a creature to 0, but you get extra benefits from it.
But I'm still, but it is optional if I can use the extra.
Yeah, it's
attack.
it's the empower. In vampiric bites, you can choose to empower it.
Yeah.
This gift of Orthak replaces the empowered feature. Adds onto it basically.
Empowered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you empower it, you get these extra benefits.
All right.
And I will say that as you drink your wine and finish it, and you sort of go back to sleep, you look down at your hands. Like you usually wear long sleeves. So like at some point like you got curious because again the chill, the numbness on your forearms still remains, and as you pull it back you see a handprint on your hand around your forearms from where he grasped you, and it is almost like a bruised color, and it doesn't fade, and it will not fade even throughout the next 5 days. It remains there. And just for the purpose of this, note somewhere on your character sheet you have the mark of Orthac.
Mark of Ortec.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so since I have completed one encounter, basically mandatory encounter, we'll go back to what are the rest of you up to during these 5 days?
Totally non-awkward silence.
Yeah, except for Raika, who is just like meditating in his room. By the time he comes out, he'll be like Tan Sam Song.
Do I lose my fucking fake stash? Fake hair, sorry.
But yeah, for the rest of you, like and we know how Bjorn is like communing with nature to help determine the weather. What about the rest of you?
Big dancing. What else?
I would like to try, other than like updating on my using the sending stone, the usual thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try detect portal.
Detect portal. All right. Can you ping that ability? I want to see the range. Within when do you cast this detect portal?
Well, like once a day.
Okay, so
Just-
you know what? Just for the purposes of this, roll a d100. If you roll 70 or higher, you use detect portal on the 3rd day around the time where Dominica had her little chat.
Oh man. Oh no. Nope.
Okay. Wait, is this like when you cast it, does it last forever or does it?
You gain the ability to magically sense the presence of a planet. As an action, you detect 1 mile of view. Did it just tell you the duration? It's up to you, DM.
Once you use this, you can't use it again.
After until I finish a long or short rest.
Okay, so you use it once. Oh yeah, it doesn't say. So actually, yeah, you don't even have to roll. I think once you activate this, it remains active until you take a long rest.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm understanding from reading this, because it doesn't give a specific. If things do not give a specific duration, it is indefinite until a long rest. That's how it usually works. So yeah, I will say that at some point in the storm of the 3rd night, you sense a portal open like 3 doors down from you.
Oh, I'm assuming that's where Dominica's room is.
Yeah, like you look out, you sense, like you know the direction. Okay, yeah, direction. Yeah, it's coming from Dominica's room.
Oh dear. I guess I will go. Once I did that, I was like, I'll knock on her door, like.
Yeah, okay, and I'll say that. Okay, rewind to Dominica sipping on her wine. Yeah, it's fine. You're sipping on your wine. You just noticed that your canines are much longer and sharper. You're sipping. You're halfway through sipping your wine.
Lady Dominica, sorry to disturb you, but did you? I was testing out my powers, and I detect a portal coming from your room. Were you doing something?
Oh, nothing. I'm just having a little sip of wine. Huh?
Wait, what?
Do you open the door or do you keep the door closed?
Was the door was the door open?
No, the door was closed.
I mean, I was knocking the door, so you didn't open the door. So I assume you didn't open the door.
I was assuming like like that. No,
Alright.
anyway.
I'm not. I'm not. Don't worry. I respect women's privacy, so I will not go inside.
Okay, right. So by this time, I think probably by this time, Dominica was sipping a wine. So she hurriedly went to the door, just opened up just a little bit, just to the point that you'll be able to see her eyes, and after that be like, "Yes, sweetie, is there anything I can do for you?"
I was testing out my powers to see whether or not I can find a portal, and I just so happened to detect one portal coming from your room. So I'm just checking up whether you're all right.
Oh no, it's just my daughters. It's just my daughters. I was summoning my daughters just now.
Oh.
And yeah.
Insight.
All right, roll insight, and Dominica roll deception. Okay, 17. Okay. 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 The way Dominica speaks, she's always like in control most of the time, and she's very good at sweet talking people into doing what she wants. But Adair, you notice today she seems a bit off. You notice like there's a bit of like blood at the corner of her mouth that you can't tell if it's just the red wine she's sipping or it's actual blood, but you do smell like an iron tang in the air when she opens the door. But you also don't know whether that iron tang is from the salt of the sea or blood. But you have like, you feel like Dominica is a bit off, and that she might not be truthful.
Oh boy.
There's nothing to see here, dearie. I am just here, just having a little bit of my wine, and that's about it. It has been a long day. It's been a rough journey. 3 days. I just need something to rest, and I have my wine. That's all. There's nothing else to see here. Goodbye.
I'm gonna, before she closes the door, I'm gonna put my foot in between the door.
Oh.
I'm just gonna let you know. I know that you're lying, and you don't have to tell me what you're gonna do. But just so you know, I know that you're lying, and I'm gonna go upstairs.
Are you implying that I, a noble, a liar?
Yes. But I'm not here to pick up you. I'm sure you have your reasons. But I'm just letting you know that I know that you're lying.
Look, you are intruding my private space. It has been a rough journey for me, for you, for everyone. So I'd say you go back to your place, go back to your room, and let me be along my way.
Fine. Very well.
Alright.
I left.
And you all part ways. And Dominica continues on what I mentioned. She did. Finish the wine, go to bed, see that. Like, you fast forward. And now. Okay, so what about the rest of you? What are you up to? This is mostly for Sven, Zero, and A3.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
What else can I do?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Ray, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've just been spending the past 5 days breakdancing.
So I mean, you're a robot. You're a warforged. So like in the middle of the deck, there is just almost like those like automated like machine that you see sometimes at like a circus, and he's just been there. Doing like again slow, very relaxed breakdancing. Like the speed of the movement doesn't change. It's like he's on a hinge, and he's been there for 5 days. He did not stop at any point. he's become a permanent fixture to the point to the point that the crew at some point during the 5 days decided, like at night where things are a bit like calmer, when the seas is calmer, they decided to turn it into a game where they will jump into it and hop over the legs, and that he's swinging around, and whoever that gets knocked down must pay the winner gold. It's become a bet and a game aboard the ship.
I would like to also say when this sound happen, I'll be in the back, and they will be at the background playing the flute.
Playing the chicken song. Okay. All right, that's what Ray is up to. Okay, Zero and A3.
A3, you wanna go ahead?
You want to go first? It's okay. You can go first. You're not
and
really
then-
good at or what?
Sorry?
You're okay with going first?
Now you go ahead.
Okay. So usually the last few days, A3 is actually up on the deck of the boat, staring into the sky.
Oh.
She's just looking at the constellations.
Ooh, are you attempting to glean information, or is this just like admiring the view?
Admiring the view and kind of like trace back all the constellations because she has a fascination on that.
Okay. Just make a general history check to see if you recognize most of these constellations. And while you are distracted with that roll, I will immediately come up with a couple of constellations instantly. Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. Okay. Yeah, like around this time of the year, you look up, yeah, and you can notice a few, like, after seeing the constellations in the wings of Stella, you've been a bit inspired, so you start looking up and start tracing. Like, your knowledge of the constellation is not as perfect as some of the others, but you do recognize a couple. Like, you recognize the serpent that is usually towards the left corner of the sky, usually as a mark towards the towards like the sort of like the southwestern point of the sky for navigators when they're using their tools. You notice like the chariot right up above you, on top of you, to usually at this point of the year usually marks like the center, that it is like midnight, but most of the others you don't really recognize. But yeah, you had fun tracing. You even make up a couple weird ones of your own that you trace based on your limited knowledge. But yeah.
The serpent remind me of something.
Oh.
It looked like my grandfather.
Alright. Yes, a legend of your people told by your parents about your grandfather. Yeah. But yes, so you spend those 5 days, the end of those 5 days, just watching the stars and admiring it. And it is very clear out here, you know, away from the hustle bustle of life of the mainland. Out over here, like, the sky is extremely clear. You can see it sparkle all across the sky like diamonds, and there are like wisps of like blue aura almost in the sky, like mismatched with the darkness of it, and it is extremely beautiful. And you just take a moment each day to just admire it. And as you're doing that, Zero, what have you been up to these 5 days?
Can I say I've been locked in my room, like just trying to teleport random things?
To teleport.
Trying to teleport random things.
Okay.
So like,
And
a cup, a bowl.
Okay. Is this teleport thing something you can already do as a class, or are you just testing? Like.
It's I suppose I'm trying to cast the spell teleport, but because your world doesn't specifically allow teleport, right?
Ah. So you're training yourself.
Yeah, I'm just teleporting random objects.
All right. Make an Arcana check for me.
Arcana check.
Like just in these 5 days, as you're like just trying to. Oh. All right. So yeah, like in the beginning, from your room, everyone here. Just random things exploding, and after a while, Captain Sears is like, "You will not borrow any more of our utensils," and that's that. So from that point on, you'll be using like your own stuff to do this test. But like I would say, like by the 3rd to 4th, and just for the purpose of this Adair, whenever you do detect portal, like it pings incessantly. You know, it's like, you know, when you have your phone on and people keep pinging you on Discord and Facebook over and over and over and over. Just look.
I will definitely check out what's happening.
Yeah, like at a point you're like, I want to mute this, but I can't mute because this is an ability. But yeah, so you know that Zero is attempting to teleport stuff, and I would say that by the 4th day, you are able to do so perfect. Like, I'm not saying that you fail like all the time, but most of the early times it just explodes. But by the 4th day, it becomes stable enough that you are able to do like minor teleportations without too much issues. So I would say for the purposes of this, when you are doing teleportation stuff that centers only on yourself, like you're just teleporting yourself, you will have advantage on the roll to not explode.
That's alright.
Yeah, because you rolled like 28, like damn.
Alright.
Okay, so with that, we've gone through what all of you are up to during the 5 days, and on the 5th, I would say like on the afternoon of the 6th day, because you were all delayed by the turbulence of the 5th day, an island comes into view ahead of you, and you hear Captain Sear says, "Oi, I think we've got your island over here," and you all head up onto the deck. And in front of you, you see the familiar sight of Valkanna's island. This large island that is, again, almost like the tip of a mountain jutting out from the sea that is now completely covered, mostly in dense jungle. But as you get closer, you can see in the southeastern shore, you remember that is where the village of Valkanna's people is at. And you notice, just from this distance, you can see a pier. But even from this distance, you can tell that the village seems empty. Like, you can see the houses, like the thatched roofs, like most of the buildings here are like made of wood, lashed together with leaves and ropes and things like that. And it seems you don't see anything moving there from this even at this distance. And then you can see Captain Sears gives the order to stop the ship, and she'll turn to the rest of you and goes, "All right, that's as close as I dare go towards this island. There's a feel to the air around it that
Yeah.
I prefer not to risk it. We'll wait for you
Yes.
here.
Yeah, it's best not to port, just in case something's going on that island.
We'll give you some rowboats. We've already prepared it for you over there."
I mean, we can just... I took out my broom. I'm good.
Yeah.
I get on my broom.
All right. Yeah. So for you, you are able to travel. I guess you can carry one passenger. I'm guessing it's A3.
H, do you want to go out? Or anybody wants to come out instead?
Yeah, can.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right. So the other 5 of you will have to take the boat. Except Halbjorn, you have a flat. You have a wyvern. So
Yeah, I have Shadow, so I'll probably ride Shadow onto the island.
Okay. And for Sven, needless to say, the rowboat cannot fit your mech, so you will have to jump into the ocean and walk from the ocean floor to the island.
Just Pacific Rim style.
Yeah, just specific, to fit with the pirate theme, or Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie where the skeleton crew was like walking under this ocean floor. Yeah, that's you. In your mech, just and make your way. So you're a bit slower than the others in reaching the island. But so that means that just leaves 3 people to ride the boat. So that's Dominica, Zero, and Rykard. So the 3 of you are on the rowboat, and you'll paddle your way towards the island, leaving the white beacon behind. And as you all get closer, you can find. Oh yes.
When we reach on the island, I would like to detect portal, since it lasted until the long rest or short rest. Might as well just put that thing on, just in case.
Okay. Okay. So as you get closer, you can see you're closer to the village. You can see like it is made out of like simple wooden huts made from leaves, vines, branches, and log. And by this point, like you and Halbjorn will be the first 3. Halbjorn, Adair, and Adri. The 3 of you will be the first to reach because you're flying. And you can see that the village, once bustling with people, is charred with lightning.
Oh no.
Guess they should have taken that lightning resist potion.
Thunder. Y'all got thunder resist, so close enough. Yeah. You can see like most of the buildings here are all blackened and not smoking anymore. So you gather this has probably been some time. You do not know how long without like a closer look. And you can also see that there are scattered throughout like places here and there, like you would notice like maybe half a dozen corpses that are also blackened and are being mostly pecked by scavengers and carrions. So most that are left are just like skeletal blackened husks. But even then, as you land,
What you do that? You know that I'm gonna read. I haven't cast it yet. I was thinking of reading that, but not now.
Okay, yeah, I would say that as you land and you look around, the first thing that instantly reach you is definitely the blackened buildings. They are not fire, they are lightning, because you recognize it from what Valkanna did just 6 days ago. And the number of corpses scattered throughout, it is way too little for the number of people. Like there were hundreds of people in this village when you last came. And now there's only like about half a dozen corpses that you can see scattered out in the open. And most of the buildings are busted and destroyed, so you can see that on the inside, and you do not see many other corpses here as well. So it feels like everyone in the village is missing. And you cast Speak with Animals. So what do you do?
Plants. Speak with plants.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
there a
speak
plant nearby?
I mean, yeah, there's like a couple of shrubs here and there, like patches of grass. Like this area is a bit bare because most of the trees have been cleared for the construction of this village. But you head closer towards the edge of the village, like passing through. Like you can get a bit closer look of some of the other corpses about. But you weave through once familiar streets, and eventually you reach a corner, and you can see like there's a bush like near the edge of the village.
I guess I'll ask them. You can gather information. I guess I'll gather information asking them what happened.
Okay, now to decide what information a plant can know, let me read the spell about the creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. Okay, so it knows weather, creatures that's passed through, and things that have happened. And are present into the might be able to perform other tasks on your behalf. They cannot move. If you share a common language. Oh, a plant creature. Okay, so I will say that you don't necessarily speak with the plant. Instead, you send it abstract imagery in your head, like you think, and you send it to them, and then you get images back from the plants. And just for the purpose of this, make a persuasion check to see how much you glean from this shrub.
Persuasion plant?
Yes.
Dear God. Oh, my persuasion is bad. It's bad.
This shrub is like, nah, I don't feel your vibes, and nah, I'm just kidding. You do still get something out of it. Like this shrub, due to its position, like this is the only the closest shrub to the village that has not been like charred by lightning or what has caused devastation, and you instantly know that the plants that are present living in the village right now are probably those that sprouted after what went down here, so you know that they will not be of much info, so you gotta go to an older plant, and this is the closest. But even then, it's at the edge of the village, and as you communicate with it, what you get back from it through vague imagery that it sent into your head is that, first, happiness, contentment from the people that had once lived here. Then you get like from as close that you can understand from a plant's perception of time, maybe 1.5 to 2 months ago, a new presence arrived at night into the village that the plant instantly disapproves of. You can feel it almost retracting from the memory, but again, you do not get like imagery, you get impressions and feelings. And then that feelings grow and grow, and it begins to feel that same feeling from the people of the village as well. And then panic. This, from your interpretation about 1 month ago, panic, fire, death, lightning, fire, for 1 month. 1 month ago. And then silence, and then movement within the earth, things happening, death, and it just repeats that over and over and over and over.
Movement within the earth, as in underground?
Yes, that's what you gather, beneath its roots.
Oh no.
And by this point, the rowboat arrives, and Dominica, Zero, and Rykard sets foot onto the village, and you see the same thing, charred village, half a dozen burned corpses just scattered throughout. And you see Adair talking to a plant.
Seeing this confuses me, so can I ask for a favor, Nick?
Oh, yes?
Okay, so can I take Rykard with me in my bag? And we just go back to the outskirts of Zetram, travel by the sea floor, and then we punch a hole through the pyramid to grab the treasure?
I mean, you can, but it'll take you like several weeks because you're walking along the surface of the ocean. Yeah, it will take a while. But
Alright, maybe that's not such a good idea.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that for the purposes of time, a current buffers you and you arrive shortly after the rowboat lands. Like, just whoa! Just to keep all of you together. But yes, you all arrive as you see Adair seemingly finish talking to a shrub. So what do you do now, Adair, learning everything that you've just learned from the plant?
Well, this plant. I tell everybody what happened. The images I sent. I also make a point that there's something underground that is causing a lot of death. So assuming since we all noticed that like half of the people are missing, right?
No, not half. You only see half a dozen bodies here of the hundreds of people that live in this village.
Yeah, I'm assuming the others could be underground something.
Could be.
Could be.
But then you also remember that Valkanna's lightning breath brings the dead back to life in Zetram. So the fact that these lightning blasted bodies, only 6 remain, but the other hundreds are not here from being killed by lightning. 2 to 2 together.
Yeah. But there's something. Well, definitely there's something underground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah. There's a lot of unsettling things underground, according to what the plant says, lah.
Let's start digging then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait. Do we have corpse around there?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen.
Yes.
Can I use any med dead?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
There is no guard to stop her this time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So this can let you bring 1 back, is it?
Let me see. Oh, only 1 ka? No, this one. Not any med dead. Not any med dead. Sorry. 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 I have another one.
Okay.
Where is it? Come on. Is it this one? Oh no. This one is only at night. It's okay. I'm just going to use 1. No problem.
So you're using animate dead.
Yeah. And after that, I animate the one that I look that is the strongest, that has the big build.
Okay, I mean, most of these charred corpses are first, they're charred, so a lot of their flesh is gone, and they have also been pecked by scavengers and carrion for about a month. So, but you look for what seems to be the largest of these skeletons, and you cast your spell on it, a drop of blood, a piece of flesh, a pinch of bone dust, you sprinkle it over, muttering your incantation for about a minute, and then the blackened, charred corpse just and it sits up, and it turns to you, and it just stares at you.
All right, and after that, by this time, I look at the there, and after that, I ask her, point me the direction.
Does the plant even point me a direction?
Point me the direction of where the you felt the plant felt something.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the DM. Does the plant even fell the direction? It's said underground.
Yeah, it says underground, and you all of you managed to get underground to where you encountered the eye freak, the beholder, after you learned from A3, and also the illithid from a tunnel inside Valkanna's lair.
There we go. I'm assuming that's where.
Okay.
I'm assuming there because I'm assuming that's the only cave that leads to underground. It's not like we're gonna dig underground, right?
Yeah. As far from what you remember years ago, that tunnel didn't used to exist based on your investigation, but that hole was dug into Valkanna's lair that allowed the illithid to ensnare him while his guard is down. That was how he got mind control that first time.
Where did we find the beholder though?
The beholder was also underground. Deep
In that same entrance?
Yeah, that entrance leads to the Underdark. And the Underdark is a massive sprawling place. And within there you discover the illithid, and you also stumble upon the beholder, who kicked your ass, and then you form an alliance with it to defeat the illithid, and you parted ways with the beholder in sort of like a tense and fragile alliance. And the beholder, after you all the beholder basically said, "All right, now fuck off, don't disturb me," and that was it.
Then the underguard we go then, since there's no other place to go down.
All right, so you're all marching towards Valkanna's lair, which you all know where it is. You've been there before, but for the purposes of this, who is in front?
I guess I can lead the way.
Okay, so Zero is up in front, and
Before that, can we do you guys want to check around the village to see any clues before we go underground?
Any clothes?
You can't. What clues are you looking for specifically? Any
Clues.
clothes?
Clothes. Oh.
I mean, I guess. Anything that maybe that could lead to the what happens, like the aftermath of the massacre.
Okay, make an investigation check for me, Adair. Make it with advantage because your friends are helping you.
Lord have mercy. 25.
Oh wow, okay. So just looking around, you instantly pick up, like, for a second, because most of the stuff here is like a bit destroyed, but you noticed even before you arrive, you see footprints. A lot of footprints throughout the village, walking here and there, and each of them are no older than a week. So at some point during the week, there is like you standing there looking at one patch of dirt. You see about a dozen footprints, different footprints just that has walked through at various points during the week. You look at another area, you see the same, different footprints over about a dozen. And then you look, and then there's also another dozen. And instantly, that, based on what you've gathered from what Valkanna can do with his lightning breath, based on the sparseness of corpses here, you instantly realize that the villagers are walking around. And they have been walking around for the past month. But just so happens today that they are not here in the village. But they have passed through this village over the past month. What's the remaining villagers, I mean?
We have a lot of dead walking around now in this island.
Yes.
I relay that to the group. And, oh boy.
Yeah.
More on that fight.
Yeah. And I also say for the purposes, as soon as Adair points that out, A3 and Dominica, both of you being more of in tune with necromancy, you can sense necromancy in the air. And it's like at the beginning you don't really feel it because like it is just there, like you rarely notice the wind blowing until you focus on it. So the moment Adair points that out, you all sort of like focus on it and you can sense a lot of necromantic energy throughout this island. Like you can almost feel it thrumming beneath the ground. But yes, for based on what Adair found, the entire village of this island, they are still around, walking about the island, and has passed through this island a couple of times over the past week, but are currently not here, but you do not know when they will come back. Hundreds of undead. So what do you do?
Oh.
Do you wish to stay to encounter this undead horde, or do you wish to proceed?
Gotta grind.
It's better to leave a bean behind, huh?
I mean, you can. I mean, this village is, for lack of a better
There's
word,
no rules this time,
dead.
so yeah, go ahead.
Roll it out, boys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Roll it
stop you
out.
this time. Shriekers!
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, just
We've alerted the undead horde.
just so that I remember correctly, shriekers are those plants those like mushroom-looking plants that screams, right? When things are near it, is it?
Those mandragoras.
I have no idea.
Okay, you know what? I actually have to go to. Let me look up my monster manual.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Monsters.
I'll say that for the purposes of this, you do that while Adair was like looking around and telling everyone. It seems that the village is still around as undead, and then he plants the seed. And
Oh
Oh,
yeah, you're very correct.
okay, yes,
You're very accurate.
yeah, human-sized mushroom that emits a piercing screech to drive off creature that disturbs it. Other creature uses the fungus.
Size.
Yeah, yeah, it is a human. So he plant. Okay, I'll roll a d6 plus 6. See how many of these shriekers you spawned.
you alerted the horde. Oh no!
Oh, natural one.
Okay, so 7. Wait, he rolled 2 times.
Huh?
You-
It's 4 plus 6.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
first one, I
So
think.
he so as soon as you say that, you turn Adair. You look like 30 feet from you. You see Rykard planted the seed, and water it. Steps back, and then just and these giant ass 5-foot tall mushrooms that is like of a grayish tint to it, and they have like holes along the almost like orifices that opens and close like suction cups, and then and it started shrieking as one shrieks. The other one shriek. All 10 of these mushrooms start shrieking. And then you all hear as like birds fly off from the treetops in the jungle. But yes,
I'm gonna facepalm.
yeah, it is very loud. Very, very loud. All of you, this is all you hear right now from these shrieks.
Nice.
So what do you do?
Can we reflavor that shriek to like the immigration song?
Okay, okay. We can
Okay,
only,
let's
but we can only maintain that for 2 seconds at a time because that is like copyright rule. 2 seconds of copyrighted song. So they just and they just stop. But it continues. But yes, and as that happened, there you notice off towards like the northern side of the jungle, you see movement from within the foliage.
God damn it! You alerted the horde.
All right, so what do you do? Something seems to be approaching the shrieks now. Do you all stay and face it, or do you all proceed on your way and avoid this potential hostile confrontation?
Potential.
I mean, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming.
Like another bean.
No,
I'll say you have no time. As a dare.
Democracy, how many people wanted to run?
Yep.
I was about to like deploy my my broom.
This is a
Whoever wants to get on, I'm assuming whoever's close to me, I'll pull them to my broom and shot up 30 feet up in the air.
All right. Okay, and do the rest of you follow?
With what?
I mean,
Legs?
I'm on shadow, so like I don't
Yeah.
think I ever landed with shadow, so I'm still flying in the air for a while. I know.
Yeah.
All I see is just like all I see in the distance of like from where I'm flying is that Rykard was just sorry, not Rykard. Someone was talking to a bush,
Yep.
and Rykard was planting some. So like yeah, a lot of plant related things was going on. Someone talking to a bush and someone planting some plants, some beans.
Yeah.
Which spawned more mushrooms. So yeah, so I'm just like in the air. I'm just like, okay, it seems like it's a normal everyday.
Yeah. And I would say that from your vantage point, you looked in the direction of where Adair says things are moving. You can see through the gaps of the treetop, you see bodies moving towards the village. Lots
Bodies?
of
Lots of them.
them.
Okay.
Lots of them. I cannot
Okay.
stress how many bodies there are heading towards the village right now.
Who wants to get on my broom before I fly up 30 feet up in the air?
Pull out my clothes. I'm going to say it's Morbin time.
Oh my
gonna-
days.
I'm pulling a 3 up to my broom, and then we're going to fly up 30 feet up in the air.
Okay, so 3 people are up in the air, and I'm guessing because Dominica put on the wings of flying, so you are also in the air.
It's Morbin time.
Every time D4 psychic damage. That was a 3. That was a 3.
D4.
Yeah. But yes, what about the rest of you? The other 3 that's on the ground.
Well, I'm going to do a zombie scenario. I'm going to use Dane's Instant Fortress, throw it on the the Shriekers, and let's say the magic word to activate it. How do I share this thing?
Oh,
Okay.
it's tight. The fort is out.
Yeah, how do I share this thing?
I think you click on it and it should just ping it. Or maybe you try
I
to
think,
press cast, see if it does the same.
I think it needs to be in my inventory or something because
Oh.
it's equipped somehow. Hang on.
Oh,
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I'll just add another one and just remove it later.
all right.
Cheating?
Yeah, I'm cheating. No, I can't even. I can't even.
No, it's I'll look it up. Okay, so the fortress is a square tower, 20 feet on the side, 30 feet high, with arrow slits.
I'll just paste it or something.
Each creature in the area where the fortress appears takes. I mean, none of you will be nearby at this point, so. And the objects. Okay. So okay, yeah. As you hear that, you put down the 1-inch metal cube on the ground. You speak his command word, and it grows into a fort. The square tower of 20 feet to the side and 30 feet high. And I'm guessing you go into it.
Yeah, I guess we probably should run first and then see what happens.
Oh, so you're not going
Better
into
than
the
being out in the
fortress.
open. I'm going in.
Oh, you're going in.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rykard and Sven, what are you doing?
Sven has a Gundam.
Yeah,
He's a
true.
chill man.
Okay, so he's gonna chill, and Rykard. What about you? You do not have a gun. I'm guessing you go into the fortress with, Zero.
No,
Come
I'll
on,
stay
it's
behind
a
the
classic,
Gundam.
classic zombie scenario. Come on.
Come on, zombie and Gundam goes well.
Oh, so you're inside the Gundam with with Sven.
I'm behind the Gundam.
Okay, fair. I mean, it won't help you much mechanically speaking, but you can do that.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
fine.
Okay, so as you all do that, and from the tree lines, a horde of lightning-charred corpses burst into the village and start swarming. And like this, I cannot stress how many there are. There are like several hundreds of them.
Oh shit.
And they begin to swarm around the tower, the mech heading towards the Shriekers, and as they reach the Shriekers, they start tearing through it. And they
Damn.
just swarm it and rip them to shreds, and after a while you can hear the street just like a deflating balloon.
Oh dear.
Yep. And as it does that, it notices the mech around it. You can hear like it's just a cacophony of like and since Rykard, you're outside, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
As like the lamentations of the damned pierced into your ears, and with that roll, you feel like just the amount of screeches and shrieks coming from the zombies, it sinks into your ears and pierces through your heart in a way that you've never felt before. You've never encountered this many undead before, and you feel your entire body stiffen and you are stunned.
Oh, frick. Frick frack.
Yep.
Uh,
And by this point, with the Shriekers dead, the zombies begin to turn their attention towards the fortress and the mech. And again, they're impervious. They can't really do anything to it. They are like clawing at it, but nothing is happening to them. But Rykard, you are outside. So,
Oh, dang. Do I have to save him? Do I want to save him?
so you will take this damage at advantage because you are stunned.
Okay.
Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay, good. So nothing happens, and you are no longer stunned, but you are surrounded by a death swarm. What do you do?
I don't know. What can I do?
I don't know. I mean, you can attempt to fight. You can attempt to wrestle your way out.
I mean, I am on a crocodile, so it's probably good to run.
Okay. Oh wait, you are on a crocodile.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, then it'll attack your crocodile as well.
Oh no. That would
Okay.
definitely hit.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Yep.
Okay, it takes 29 slashing damage, your crocodile, and it must make and it is grappled right now.
oh.
The zombies are piling up onto your crocodile and grabbing onto it, and just like and like pulling, but there's just too many, and the weight of it is pressing them down, pressing your crocodile down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so And I'll say for this, Zero and Ray, both of you are the nearest. What do the two of you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that Zero, you are on top of your tower at the battlement looking down, and you are seeing Rykard and his crocodile being swarmed.
Oh man. I mean, I can see him, right?
Yes, you can see him.
Right. As I see like the zombies like slowly start to rip Rykard or scratch Rykard rather. Can I cast a wall of fire? Just like wall of fire surrounding Rykard just to protect him. What I can.
I mean, the swarm is already. Yeah, it's a swarm creature, this death swarm, so it's already around Rykard. But that is still a lot of damage, and it will keep taking that damage so long as it remains inside, right?
Yeah. So there's like a circular wall of flame trying to protect Rykard.
Okay, like you summon the wall of fire, and you can hear as a couple of the zombies gets scorched and burned and fall to the ground, but there's still a lot of them. You have hurt this swarm of dead, but they are still alive. Ray, what are you doing?
I trust in Rykard's tenacity, so I'm gonna cast a fireball at him.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
All right, fair enough. The crocodile will take this damage as well.
It's fine.
Wait. Alright, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna cast fire.
Okay, dexterity save from the zombies, 23. So
What?
yeah, I mean it's a swarm. It has a +6 to dex save. Once.
Does Rykard need to roll as well for the dex save?
Oh yeah, the others will need to roll as well. 2,
Let
3,
me
4.
roll.
Okay, 1 6. Okay, I guess we're in impromptu combat right now.
Like -1.
Okay, so you take the full damage of
Wait, that's the
20
crocodile.
of
It's a
34.
crocodile.
Oh, that's a crocodile. So the crocodile take 32 damage.
Oh, watch out for the dex save.
Okay. So you take 16 fire damage.
Okay.
And now what does your mech do, Ray?
My mech, I'm gonna.
Explode.
Can I?
Because
Do not.
Okay. Since I have so much confidence in Rykard's ability to withstand blunt force trauma, I'm gonna use crushing leap on top of them.
All right. I mean, you can do it to the swarm without hurting Rykard because it is a swarm. It's a gargantuan swarm. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I mean, but that's no fun.
No.
he can't tell them apart. It's too crowded, you know.
Oh
No.
my god.
No. No.
You know?
No.
Okay, this time I'll aim at the swarm because I realized that I'm actually hurting Rykard.
Hmm.
Sure.
Okay, DC of 25.
Okay, DC of 25. Let's go. Okay.
If you jump. Sorry.
Okay, they take the full 30 damage. Okay, yep, you do the crushing leap and you squash quite a number of the zombies. There's still quite a lot left. Like, you've diminished the horde by about a quarter.
Yes.
If you're jumping into them, aren't you jumping on my fire?
Nah, he's immune to fire because...
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a giant fuck of Gundam.
Alright, and now...
Also, Nick, wait.
Yes?
The hatch to the cockpit is open. So maybe you wanna like mess with me or something. I don't know.
I mean, you cast the fireball already.
Yeah. Just
The hatch isn't closed.
Okay. Alright. I've noted that the hatch is open. And now, just for the purposes of this, Halbjorn, Adair, and Atri, and Dominica, what are the four of you doing as you watch all of this happen?
I mean,
okay.
you're I could drop you off at the tower and then I can try and save Rykard.
No, I have an idea.
Fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
No. Can you not drop me, but can you go lower towards Rykard?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, I'll allow, because we're not in initiative, we're just taking this as we go along.
Yeah, so I will use can I cast levitate on him?
Oh yeah, sure, you can.
Okay, I'll cast levitate on Rykard.
Okay, and the Rykard, you feel a spell take over you as you're being burned and torn to pieces by zombies, and you feel yourself beginning to float.
Okay.
away from your crocodile as it's being like torn
Oh
to shreds.
no!
Oh, my crocodile, man.
I mean, again, you can disapparate your crocodile at any point as a bonus action.
I'll try to drag the crocodile by tail.
You cannot drag the crocodile with you by the tail. It is too big. I will say you can't even make an athletics for it. It's too heavy. It's too.
Come on, man.
Come on,
I
bro.
mean, what's your strength score?
Please.
I'm 11.
11. No. Yeah, no. It did not happening. I'm sorry.
How about I just make him smaller?
Unfortunately, that was not how it worked. I allowed you to choose a crocodile or a giant crocodile. You chose a giant crocodile. This is the consequences.
I'll make him go away for the moment.
Okay, so as your
Oh.
crocodile is suffering an extremely painful death, it vanishes.
Speak shitting.
Damn.
All right.
There's room can carry
Croaky.
how
No.
heavy? Only two, right?
I only can carry 2-person.
No, it's fine.
So
He
it's
is floating, so you can just
Mm-hmm.
theoretically you can just grab onto the front of Rykart's shirt and just drag him behind you like a balloon.
Because I can move and pulling against a fixed object, right? So,
Yes. Yeah.
use the object now.
All right. Now all that's left is 0 on his tower. That is still there.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm
but
fine.
yeah, but you cannot move.
It's fine. I'll just wait for the horde to like burn off or something. They're still on fire, right?
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Okay, so Adair, what do you? So I would say that is your movement. Adair, so what do you do with your action?
Where do we want to drag him again?
Drag him to safety.
Drag him to the ocean.
Fortress.
No, I would love to throw him to the ocean.
Oh, so you're all landing on the tower, is it?
I don't know. I think we can land at the fortress.
Yeah, I mean it is 20 feet by 20 feet. This tower.
You can drop me there.
Okay, so Adair deposited Atri and Rykard there. Atri is still grabbing onto Rykard. He's still floating like a balloon. And Ray is still down there being swarmed by the zombies, but not much is happening to it because mech. Halbjorn, what are you up to?
I'm just chilling with Lady Dominica up in the air, just watching this chaos unfold.
Yeah, we just
Like
going to care
the two of us, we have a
popcorn.
little bet. Like, okay, like say, like who's gonna go down first? You know?
Uh,
Yeah, that's what's going on right now.
All right, fair enough. All right, and with that, okay, another deck save for the zombies from the wall of fire. 10. So it roll damage again for the wall of fire.
Awesome. That's not too awesome.
Okay. All right. Yep. A few more bodies drop from the swarm, and you're slowly diminishing it, and it will start to rip and tear the tower at the mech, but nothing is happening. And it is Ray, you said the hatch was open, right?
Oh, does it climb into it?
Yeah, I mean theoretically, this death storm can make an attack against every creature in the swarm space, and technically Sven is inside the swarm space,
Oh.
so it can rip and tear you. Does a 19 hit you, Sven? As you can see, some of the creatures crawl up towards where the hatch and is like trying to attack you inside.
Can I lie and say no?
No.
It is.
All right, you take 38 points of slashing damage, and you are now grappled. As like they
Oh.
Yeah,
Holy
they
moly.
they grab you, they pull you out, and then then 4 other zombies jump onto you and start gnawing and scratching at you, and you can see sparks come out from your body as you are Warforged being a robot being torn to pieces.
Oh man.
I guess we gotta help.
Okay, and then this will be your turn, Ray. So you can make a strength or wait, escape DC. Yeah, strength or dexterity. You must roll a strength dex saving throw, and see if you beat 18.
I see. I have -1 in Dex and +0 in Strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
All right. Okay. So first of all, I've gotta say that I'm panicking because mainly not because I'm taking damage, but rather because when the mighty servant of Luko is not being piloted, it's it has a chance of going on a rampage, like a random.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why
Uh,
prepared. I'm afraid.
all right.
This shit going on, bro.
Okay, yeah, but first, yeah, roll your DC escape DC first if you want to attempt to escape.
Okay.
Okay, you remain in his grip.
Oh no.
Okay, now it is your mighty servant's turn. So
It's,
you have to roll
it's up-
something, right?
is there like a saving roll for it? No, it's just that it just says that whenever it's unmanned for once a day, it has a tendency to cause destruction.
Is there like a
once.
percentile of chance that it goes berserk?
I think it's completely up to you.
Oh, you know what? You're all like dealing with a lot for now. I'll say that it's not going berserk currently. So next turn.
Fine, there's two more people up there not doing anything.
Nah, I got some plans. But okay, so for those of you on the
Oh.
tower, what do you all do? As you watch.
I guess we got save him then.
Yep.
You know what? You know, I'm just going to summon my daughters.
Alright.
At this point.
Alright, you summon your daughters. Poop. One of them, I'm guessing.
I was about to look my bow.
Okay. And make your attacks, Adair. As you begin to shoot into the swarm.
I'm still up in the air, right? Does that get me advantage? Question mark?
I'll say for the purposes of this, it'll give you a +2. Why not? You all need all the help you can get. This is a tough swarm. This is a tough swarm. Okay, yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
So a 25 and a 16.
Okay, yeah, both hit.
Alright.
Okay, so that's 22 piercing damage total. And are you expending any charges for lightning damage?
Hell no.
Okay. All right. Yep, you fire off your arrows and your arrows goes through several zombies each and you kill off about half a dozen. And yeah, you are whittling this swarm down. Okay, and next up, A3, what are you doing?
Okay, let me see. I want to Edrich. No, wait. Let me poison spray them.
Okay. Oh,
But it's
there.
just cantrip, right?
Oh yeah, you can just roll your Eldritch Blast. To answer your question, Dominica, those zombies are individual. They have not gathered together yet. This, just from where you are at, you're focusing down. Do not consider this to be hundreds of zombies. These hundreds of zombies, at some point in their undead life, their consciousness has merged together to form one single hive mind. So this swarm of zombies is considered one creature. And so in so doing, they become more disciplined and their attacks are more vicious. Yes, basically ape together strong.
Uh,
Okay.
Yep. That's why they can do things that zombies cannot do, like the lamentations of the damned that stunned Rykard.
Thank God, undead is my favorite enemy, so this will be okay.
Yep. Yep. Alright,
The wall is quite tall, right?
yes. Yeah. You will have a +2 bonus on all of your Eldritch Blast for the purposes of this.
Okay, so I just roll my damage, is it?
Yeah, just roll 3 attacks because Eldritch Blast 3, right, at this level?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
no. Is it? Oh, yeah.
yeah, roll 3.
Oh, I'm level 7. 17 is 4.
Okay. Wait, these are all the damage.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but we'll take these are some good rolls for the damage. Wow, your
Nat
natural
one.
your natural one is a 13. 13 is the
these,
creature's
right?
armor class, but unfortunately natural one is a automates, but
So 17 level is 4, right?
no,
Oh yeah, it's +2, right? Oh wait, sister.
oh
That's
yeah.
that one though.
Oh yeah, but it is a nat one, so it's an auto miss. But I will say that I will allow you to have the miss be the 7, so you do 22 damage.
So one more,
Mm.
and then the damage. 1, 2, 3, one more. Okay.
Yep. Ooh, plus 12. That's so juicy.
One. So, 2 hits, I think.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 hit above. And then this is your 4th hit, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll damage 27 definitely hits.
Woohoo.
Hi. Okay, well, that did a significant chunk. Almost a dozen zombies fall to the barrage of energy that A3 is throwing. And now, next up is Zero. What are you doing? You can see by this point, the horde has diminished to half its numbers.
No,
No, wait, no, this is Zero. Zero, are you there? Hello?
no, it's me, it's me.
Oh, is it?
No,
Hmm.
something really funny is going on, and I'm laughing. You know? Like,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. I went on mute by accident.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How far is Sven from me?
Sven is below you 30 feet, and he's on his max, so I'll say he's like 10 feet from you.
I mean, he's out of it, right? Didn't he get dragged out?
Yeah, he is halfway out, and the zombies are just tearing into him.
Oh, man.
You can see sparks and cogs and wires coming out of him.
Whatever happens here, right?
I think
Okay,
you go
okay.
back to Icarus
Hmm?
Blade.
Sorry?
Keep going, keep going.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're saying he's 30 feet from where I am.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, but because he's on the max, so he's like 10 feet closer towards you.
If he's 10 feet, can I just like reach out towards him and try to pull him in?
Yeah, you can, but there's a lot of zombies between you and him. There are like a couple of zombies between the two of you.
I'm on the tower, right?
Yes.
He's also grappled, isn't he?
Yes, he's also
Yep.
grappled.
My goodness.
All right, I have an idea. How about you cast Fireball to get off?
Yeah. You can shoot fireball off to the side. Again, this is a gargantuan horde. You do not have to aim at your friends to use this ability.
I mean, you gotta aim at your friends to get them off of your friend, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's sound logic.
Hang on.
I mean, he gets rid of the grapple as well, right? If you cast fireball,
yeah,
right?
it's a good trade-off. Like if I can't roll for it, what if I take damage for it instead?
I mean,
You know,
mechanically speaking, no, it doesn't work like that, but we'll see how it goes depending on how you all flavor this next move.
Oh. All right. This is what I can do. I'm going to cast pyrotechnics on the fire.
What?
And just like heavily obscure the area with smoke. You know, buy him some time.
Sure. I'll roll con save. What happens if they fail this con save?
Nothing actually. Nothing happens.
Oh,
Thick black smoke spreads from the target in a 20-foot radius, moving around corners. The area of the smoke is heavily obscured.
okay. I will say half the horde is blinded for now, but the other half can see. So for the purpose, which means for all intents and purposes, they can still see because that's how a sword
I
works.
tried half. I tried half.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, so Adair, Adair and A3 has done. Halbjorn, Dominica, what are you two up to?
Dominica said that she had something to do, right? So she can go first.
Well, I can summon my daughters. I can summon Faye.
Mm-hmm.
And for this one, I'll going to summon. Let's see what do we have over here. You know what? I'll going to summon Isabella.
Alright.
Fuming.
Alright, you summon Isabella, and she can immediately take her turn after you summon her, so what do you make her do?
Yep. So I'm just going to put her to the front line, and after that, just kill the zombies.
Alright, roll attack for Isabella.
Rolling attack for Isabella. Let me wait. Where is this one? Okay, here we go.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's heavily obscured.
It's fine. She can attack the zombies that is not in the smoke. That's the downside to a swarm because they are half in the smoke and half out of it. So
All right, fair enough.
It's alright. Here you go.
I'm dumb. I have something that I can help restrain the horde.
Oh. Oh wait, what does this mean? This D6 plus
I got
3.
9 daughters.
A
No, I just
swarm.
going to swing. I just going. Wait. I just swing my. Swing it. It's a damage. It's a damage. Sorry.
Oh, so I rolled the attack. If you hit, then you will do 9 damage.
Yeah. Let me try to see. Oh, all right. Your spell attack modifier to hit or reach. Oh my. Oh, okay. Let me try to see. Wait. I do not have short sword over here.
Oh.
On my this one on my
On your D&D Beyond?
on my D&D Beyond.
Oh, I think you might have to make it. They don't. Wait, if you click on the spell, it should give you the spell, the sheet, the character sheet of the Fey spirit.
Yeah, but it just give me your spell attack modifier to hit. Reach 5 feet, one target. They just give me the hit.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have the attack roll. They only have the damage.
Yeah, they
Yes.
don't. Yeah.
They don't.
Oh, so just
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh.
just do an attack roll for a spell that you have.
just roll a random
Use
spell.
use any spell that you have and consider that as the attack.
Yeah.
And consider it as an attack. If I'm
Yeah.
going to use my let's see. If I
You
use
have
my weapon,
you have chill touch, right? Or you roll your weapon.
yeah, I just roll my weapon. No
Yeah.
worries.
Oh yeah,
What
that
is it?
definitely hit. So you did 9 damage. Okay, not bad. You summon your daughter. She jumps down and she ripped one zombie to shreds. Just and is
Just one zombie.
Yeah, I mean 9 hit points is it's technically one zombie. Well, it's a swarm. It's hard to describe how much hit point is one zombie. I'll say 3 died. Yes, you just rip through. All right. So and with that, Rykard, what are you doing?
It's like, oh, I guess I just throw my dagger.
Okay, you throw your dagger at the zombie horde. Roll your attack.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately, you throw it into the horde. You don't know whether you hit anything or not. It just disappeared amidst all the writhing bodies. You're like, oh well, okay.
I think I'll follow suit as well.
All right,
Inspired by that dagger roll. I'm gonna throw my javelin.
all right. Throw a javelin.
I can throw one more though.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Roll your second dagger, then Rykard. Oh, that definitely hits on your javelin. Roll damage. That definitely hits with the dagger. Roll damage for both of those.
11.
All right.
No, only 10. Yes, 10.
And 10.
Mm.
What about the 2 radiant that is over there?
That's only for melee attack.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So that's what the 2 of you did. Do you want to do you want Shadow to attack as well?
He's in the air, right?
Yeah, but yeah, she can lower herself enough to attack if she wants.
Nah, it's okay. I'll just throw javelins in the air.
All right, fair enough. You can actually throw another one because you have multi attack.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Ooh, that was close. Nice.
Okay, that definitely hits. Roll damage. All right, so you throw again. Your javelin goes through 3 zombies and fell all 3 at the same time. And now it is the zombies' turn. A 0 roll for wall of fire again. They roll a 14. I think that's a fail. Oh, 0. You there? Hello. Okay, you there? 0. You're muted
You
if you're
muted?
speaking.
I think you muted.
No, he didn't.
Wait, let me check you. Oh, he's doing the thing again.
Wait, what's
Oh, no.
happening?
Attack save is
Oh, no.
19, so like you probably fail anyways.
Okay, yeah. So roll fire damage for the wall of fire. What's happening? Did he DC?
Is he back?
I don't
I
know.
think he's still away.
Oh, did he leave? I didn't even realize that. All right.
Oh yeah, I
Well-
see him typing. Hold on.
Where?
Oh, lost connection.
Oh.
He lied. I mean,
Oh.
that's not wrong. You did lose traction.
Okay. How much damage does Wall of Fire do?
Screw up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, Wall of Fire. Where is
Just
it?
take the average of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do what Hellbjorn said.
Okay. There it is. That's 5d8. I'll just roll 5d8 for him then. /R 5d8.
Oh, there
Okay.
he is. Wow, look at it.
Okay, that's not bad.
Void damage.
Oh, hacking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's
102. All right. Quite a number. About a dozen scorching zombie bodies curl up and fall to the ground dead. And now it is their turn. They are going to again rip and tear you, Sven.
Me?
Yes,
Why me?
because they drag you halfway out and you are grappled by them. And that's a
Okay.
22, and you take another 24 slashing damage as more pieces of gear and cogs and wire come out from you.
24 damage.
Does he get any? Does the swarm get any advantages when he's grappled?
No, grapple just reduces the grapple creature's movement
it's
speed
not
by
restrained.
0. Yeah.
Okay, it's not restrained.
If it's
right.
restrained, this battle would change real quick. But yes. Okay, but yes, now that's the end of Sven's turn. Now it's no, that's the end of the zombie's turn. Sven, you're up. What do you do?
What can I do even?
you- No, remember your grapple. All that does to you is that your speed is 0. Your action, you can still take your action and your bonus action.
Alright. Okay. Can I cast Fireball on myself?
I mean, you can if you win. I would say that you can angle it so that you cast it 20 feet away from you. You can cast it like just 1 box away so that you still damage the gargantuan horde without hurting yourself. Yeah, so just roll your fireball and I'll roll dexterity for them. They roll an 8, so they'll take full damage from this fireball.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me Oh, I cast it once before, but it didn't take. Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm so stupid. I cast it as a 4th level spell. I'm so dumb.
Oh, I was wondering
Yeah.
about that because I saw the extra damage up there. I just assumed that was what you did.
That was a mistake.
Oh.
Okay. This. Oh my god!
Oh, damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Baby.
Okay, yeah. You release that fire, and yeah, by this point, more bodies fall. There is just about like maybe 24 zombies left.
Let's go.
They are being heavily diminished now. Are the people up on the tower? What are you all doing?
Well, wait, how many zombies are there left?
About a dozen. So hit points of these zombies are below 100 right now.
Cast Firebolt.
All right, roll your firebolt damage. Roll the attack first with a +2. Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage. Ooh. Oh. So that's 25, right? That Radiant Soul applies as well, right? To this. Okay, 63. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. 30. Okay, yep. This horde is very close to be diminished. Now, Adair and Zero, what are you doing? I'll let Adair go first because Zero's having trouble.
I'm back.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Can I shoot? No, wait, okay, no, I should not do that.
Yep, there are about a dozen zombies
Okay,
left.
That a dozen zombies.
Yeah. Meaning about roughly
I guess.
is almost diminished.
I'll stick. Well, since it's a dozen's left, so that means like just 12 zombie left.
Yeah, around
Or
there.
several more.
Yeah, around that as a horde, not as individuals, as a horde. What's left of the gargantuan horde?
Oh no. From the tower to the horde, is it 90 feet or less
Yeah.
than that?
It is 30 feet because the tower's 30 feet tall and the horde is right below you all.
All right then. Summon monkey.
Balgura. All right, you
I'll
gorilla.
place the monkey on the on the tower first.
You know, just for the purpose of it, I'll make
'Cause
it
I'm gonna-
roll. I'll make it roll a deck save. If it rolls a 12 or below, it gets a few get squashed. Okay, none get squashed. But yes, the Balgura is there, and the Balgura takes. I'll just let it take its turn after you summon it. What do you want it to do?
I want it to cast Entangle on
Oh.
the zombies.
Okay,
Balgura can
that's a
cast
deck
spells?
save, right?
Oh yeah, it does have a dex save. Fuck, I don't know what's a dex. Yeah, dex save.
Yeah, the deck save is
Oh,
quite high.
defeated. Oh shit. Well,
Do you like you know how much their deck save is? Do you still want to use Entangle, or do you want to do something else?
because its DC is 13 for the Balgura, so I don't think that's a good idea. So I guess I'll ask it to multi attack.
All right, roll
Oh,
multi attack.
Yeah, multi attack low.
All right, the
One
Balgura
bite,
the Balgura starts beating and chewing through the zombie.
Yeah. Does he need to roll his attack?
Yeah, roll attack.
Okay, it does a multi attack, which is 3 attacks. One. You don't have the stat sheet for the Balgura here, right? Oh wait, you do.
No, it does.
Okay,
yeah,
thank God.
yeah, I have. I've made it.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
One bite.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage. Okay.
Wait, I'm not muted.
Okay, those two hit as well. Roll damage. Oh. Ooh. Yep. You summon the Balgura, and he grabs a few of the zombies, puts it in his mouth, and rips them to shreds, and starts smashing through. Yep. There's only like about 3 zombies left. So yeah, Zero. Would you like to do the honors? Would you like?
Anyway.
I don't think I can kill 3 zombies with just one like cantrip, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No, keep them as pets.
Does anyone have a spare Pokeball or something?
No.
No.
It will not work on these zombies, unfortunately.
Right. So whatever. I'm just gonna look out the arrow slits and like clap my hands together and cast Thunder Wave
Okay.
facing the zombies.
All right, that's
I
a
think they should be able to get everyone right.
yeah. You can get all of them. That's a con save, right?
It's a 19 con save.
Okay. 21. How much damage does it take? It's
Uh,
half the
I-
damage, right?
I think it's just no damage at
Oh,
all.
it's no damage, it's cantrip.
Oh, it's a
Damn!
cantrip. Okay, yeah.
It's
So
not cantrip. I think at level 1.
oh,
Oh.
okay. You said that you should do just roll and then I guess half
Half,
damage.
half as much damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, half damage.
So I've rolled, but it didn't go. But it's 9.
9.
2d8. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Boom! The remaining zombies are scattered in a pile of limbs and heads, and the death swarm has been defeated. You have killed off the entire village and put them to rest from their eternal undeath.
We helped. Yeah.
Yep.
Can we harvest some food? Like we definitely made some roasted zombies, right?
I mean, these zombies are those that were electrocuted by Valkanna's lightning breath, so there
Also-
isn't much meat left. Just
So they turn
bones.
into like like
Zombie
the
soup or something.
Yeah, the zombie soup.
You.
Actually, I want to eat it. I forgot how that tasted like.
Mm. He's gonna pass out from it.
Yeah. But yes, you've put the village to rest, and so now, as far as you know, the village is safe. So do you all want to take a short rest here, or do you all want to continue on to Valkanna's lair?
I'm dying, guys. I have a single digit HP.
Oh wow.
You
Yeah, I
actually?
guess we have.
All right, yeah.
How much
No,
HP do
no,
you have?
I have 128 out of 190.
Ah,
It's quite healthy. That's fine.
It's fine. You're
Yeah,
super
no.
healthy.
Alright.
We have potions of healing, it's fine.
Okay, so you all continue on.
I'll just like
I-
shrink the fortress back. If that's okay first.
All right. Into a
I
cube.
resummoned back my Balgura.
All right. Oh, you
Can
mean you
I-
put your Balgura away, is it? Or do you want to keep your
Yeah,
Balgura
it goes back
out?
into the flask.
Oh, okay.
No, it goes back into the flask.
Oh, okay. Zoop.
Because it has a 1 hour time limit. If not, it will go berserk.
Okay. All right. The Balgura safely back into your bottle, and you all
Okay, and
Yes.
And I soup up a fingerful of zombie goo and taste.
I mean, make a survival check, I guess. See what happens.
That's not bad. Okay.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god!
Let's go.
Yeah, no, it does not taste good. It poisoned you for 1 minute, which has no mechanical benefits because it's 1 minute, so it's fine.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, you try and you discovered that dead things, even cooked, don't really work. Especially ones that are brought back as undead.
What a shame.
Yep.
What a shame.
Alright, so you all make your way towards Valkanna's lair. You no longer have to tell me who goes in front because the horde is dead. And
I guess it works in our favor then, if that's the
yeah,
case.
yeah. Oh, Atri, you said something?
Yeah, can I summon my familiar?
Oh, your Quasit?
Yes.
Alright. Your Quasit is there on your shoulder. What do you want it to do?
We're going to a cave right later.
Yes.
I'm gonna transform it into a centipede.
Okay.
Oh,
And
ooh.
into a centipede is on your shoulder right now, but smaller.
It's like curling around. Yeah, but when we reach the cave, it will go front and observe.
Okay. So yeah, so the cave is up towards the, like I mentioned, there is a mountain at the center of this island. You all progress. You know the cave that leads to Valkanna's lair is towards the southeastern side, so you all begin to head your way northward and begin to climb up the mountain through the dense jungle. And there isn't like, you know that this jungle used to have a lot of animal life, but now you barely hear anything. Not the birds, not the squirrels walking under feet. It's almost like the forest is dead. There is no animals, no sound of nature's call, nothing. And the higher up you go towards the mountain, especially for Dominica and Atri, you feel like a sense of horror. Even Rykard, as a paladin, you can feel something in the air that is just not quite right. And eventually you crest one corner and you see up ahead of you by a ledge a cave mouth that is about 50 by 50 feet wide, and it goes into darkness, and you know this to be Valkanna's cave. And you said, Atri, you want to send your centipede in, right?
So while we're walking, right, because it's a centipede, it goes up to the ceiling and walk.
So you wanted to go up to the ceiling and go into the cave.
Yeah, while we are going in, right? Are we going in, guys?
Yes, do you all want to go in?
I want to go back.
Kind of scary. Can we turn around?
It'd be too late to turn back now, Davy Jones say from nowhere. I don't know why I said that in that accent. I don't know why I said that.
On your way forward.
Alright. So you all proceed into the cave. And with
I didn't consent to this.
too late. Yeah, majority rules.
Too late, you're in for this.
Yeah, so you all enter the cave, and so Valkanna's lair is mostly crystalline. His presence here has sort of like slowly mold the cave over the course of like centuries, turning most of the stone structure here into crystal structures. Stone transformed into like almost like jewel like colors of like blue, purple, white, and green and yellows, scintillating colors as the light catches it, and create like these sparks of like glitter throughout the walls. But as you enter, and Atri will notice this first through the familiar, you can see there is clearly been signs of a fight here. There are charred marks of lightning blast across the cave wall, shattered crystalline stalactites and stalagmites, some of them even pulverized. And something happened here, a fight of some kind, and it has decimated parts of this cave as you enter. And as you all do, I need everyone to make deck saves.
Oh.
Very nice.
Why?
Do I get a deck save since I'm a barbarian?
Yeah, you
Alright,
get it
I
with
advantage.
you get it with advantage because danger
Alright,
sense.
got it.
20?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, I rolled the
Ooh,
same as-
20!
Oh man.
Oh wait a minute, the one person with advantage.
I mean, it's 11. It's 11.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Maybe.
Yeah. So as you're all walking, you all remember back when you all first came. there are sinkholes throughout Valkanna's lair. Basically, parts of the cave that is in the process of being crystallized but not perfectly yet, and so it leaves like gaps in spaces beneath the ground where there's like a crystal surface, but it is a very sheer one. And Halbjorn, you remember this too late, and you step on one, and it shatters, and you fall in. And you take
12 save him.
no, and unfortunately, you need to roll a 15 or higher.
Aw.
Okay, so you take a 3 bludgeoning damage as you crash 10 feet
I don't
down.
take fall damage. I don't take fall damage.
Oh,
because
yes,
I'm bringing
feather
up
fall.
feather falling. So
Okay.
it's- so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the ground beneath you gives way, and you oh, and then you land, and then you climb back out. Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, but yes, you have all rolled high enough to avoid the sinkholes, the telltale sinkholes throughout this lair, and you all remember where you spot the hole that was dug into Valkanna's lair, in which the Illithid was able to come out and infest him. You go towards the back of his cave, and you know that at some point Valkanna like buried this cave, this tunnel that led into his lair. But you look at it now, it seems to have been dug out again. This time, instead of from inside out, it looks like it is dug from the outside in. Like someone from the outside unearthed this tunnel to go in. And you see, yes, a smaller cave about like maybe 10 by 10 feet that begins to like serpentine its way down into the darkness. And you know that this cave leads to the Underdark, or the Hollow as it's called here.
I don't know. I'm claustrophobic, so I think I'll stay behind. Yeah, I'll cover your retreat, so you can.
Smack him with the broom.
And also, it will be a tight squeeze for Sven and his mech, because his mech is about like... Can your mech shrink? I'm trying to remember.
Can my mech strength?
Shrink.
Shrink.
Because I think like
Oh,
if you put it like to a standby mode, I think it becomes like 15 feet or something. Or am I remembering it wrong?
I controlled F on the page, and it doesn't say anything about shrinking. Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait.
Yeah, it
Remember-
doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
About
mostly because it's gonna be a very tight fit for... Okay, it's a powerful 10 feet tall machine that turns into an animate construct when piloted. Also, when you're outside of the mighty servant, it becomes 10 feet tall.
What?
Because the mighty servant of Liuko is huge, right? It's a huge construct. So huge construct is about like 15 to 20 feet. But here it says it's 10 feet. 10 feet would have been large. So yes, it does shrink when you're not piloting it.
It becomes smaller when I'm not piloting it.
Yeah, basically when you're not piloting the mighty servant, it sort of like, I guess, shrinks itself down into like a travel size, I guess.
I see. Yeah, but it's 10 foot tall to begin with.
Yeah, so
Still gonna be a tight squeeze.
yeah, it'll be a tight squeeze, but at least it can go through. You can drag it through. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it will
that's
not be able to go through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's good.
so do you all proceed into the cave?
Do you guys want to make any preparations before we go in?
How big is the cave?
10 by 10 feet. About maybe like give or take a couple of feet, around that size.
Let's go.
All right, who's in front?
I volunteer, I guess.
Okay, so wait, who's that again?
Zero volunteers.
Okay, sorry, your voice sounds a bit different
You
from
want to
the
send
previous time you
something to
speak.
scout inside?
I mean, you can scout like that, but I don't mind being like the meat shield in front.
All right, so 0 volunteers to be in front, and you all head into the cave and begin to. So first, where would you all like to go first? You know of 2 different locations within the Hollow: the Illithid's old lair and the lair of the Beholder. Where are you going? These are the 2
Okay.
locations that you know how to get to.
Roughly how far is that? Is that within 60 feet?
No, it will not be within 60 feet. Wait, now that you mention it, there your detect portal is still up, right?
Yep.
It's within 1 mile.
Yep.
You send something.
Oh shit.
Downward.
Where is it coming from?
It is
Of
downward.
course, it's...
Yeah. Down. I would say downward, forward. Maybe like if you take yourself as a compass, maybe southward by 30 degrees, roughly.
From the placement, is it closer to the illicit's lair or the beholder's lair?
Closest. I mean, it's hard to make a investigation check to see, because once you're down in the hollow, it's really hard to get your bearings because the tunnels twist and turn a lot. Okay, yeah, with a 25, probably based on your knowledge from years ago, it seems a bit closer to where the beholder is.
I tell this to the group.
All right.
There's a portal. I tell this to the group that there is a portal near the beholder's lair.
Like it's not it's not necessarily a full portal, but it has the magic that is used in portals. So a traveling device, a traveling magic of some kind that is somehow permanently always active.
Okay, then I will say this. So there's something going on. I sense something. It's not a portal, but it's something close to it. It has the same magical feeling, but some shit is going on at the beholder's lair.
All right. So do you?
I don't know what you guys want to do.
Yep. So do you also want to go to the beholder's lair, or do you all want to investigate first the illithid's place, or you want to go somewhere else? I don't know.
I feel like there's going to be a boss battle at the beholder, so I don't mind investigating the illicit, but it's up to you guys.
Investigate the
Yeah, whatever works for me.
Yeah. I think Zetrum works for me. Back to Zetrum. Don't worry, guys.
All right. So you all want to navigate your way to the illithid's lair first.
Sure.
Okay. Just for the purpose of this, Zero, you're in front. Make a survival check.
Why survival?
because you are navigating through very dangerous and spooky tunnels.
Spooky.
Well then.
Nice.
Now, I will not say that you all get lost and trapped for eternity in the Underdark. This merely determines how much time it takes you all to get to the illithid lair, because at certain points, like this is your second time ever heading back into this place known as the Hollow. And as you do, that is when you realize the tunnels are different. Like, not the fact that the tunnels has collapsed and opened up new tunnels or anything like that, or someone like dig a new hole or a cave-in closes off a pathway. It's almost like the tunnels actually shifted of their own accord. Like, the tunnels are not where they used to be, and it confused you as you head down it and begin to make your way through. And you find yourself getting turned around and lost a couple of times.
I have a feature which is the wonder that I have excellent memory for maths and geography. Does this apply?
Yeah, like
I can always
yeah. That's why for you know for a fact that the tunnels has changed. It is different from when you came here years ago.
Damn it.
Yeah, it has.
Why did you let the blind guy lead? No.
You volunteer.
But yes, it's almost like the tunnels moved of their own accord and changed direction almost on a whim, and everything is completely different from when you all first came. And it took a while. I will say that for the purposes of this, it burned like about 3 hours. When back then, like even back then when you were just groping around, it took you about 1.5 hours. This time it took you 3 to get to the illithid's lair. And eventually you arrive at the familiar opening, and you go through and you see the sort of like the central chamber. Like you can see the walls beginning to transform. Yes, this is very dark. Like if you have no dark vision or torches, you cannot see shit.
I have dark vision.
Yes.
Dark vision.
Yes, but occasionally there are patches of wall here and there where certain types of moss that grows that emits like faint light, but it is not a lot, and the light that it emits makes it creepier than provides you comfort. And you also notice that some of these growth, at the first glance, they look like crystals, like the formation of it, like the multifaceted surfaces, and it just looked like crystals, but as a ranger, Adair, you look at it, you know that these crystals, they are actually plants. even if you touch it, it feels like polished glass. You know that they are plants.
Ah.
Yeah. So these are basically what you use as landmarks to determine like whether you've gone through the same place or not. But eventually you all navigate to the Illithid there, and you can see as you get closer to it, the wall begins to become smooth and rounded to an almost like, you know, the pattern that you see, you know Lingao?
Yeah.
You know when you cut it, you know the holes inside it?
Lotus.
Mhm.
Yes, those lotus, those lotus fruit, the way it curved, that is basically the texture of what the Illithid's lair looks like back then when you all first came, but now it has rotted. So most of these growth has drooped up and shriveled to like almost a grayish, dried husk, and tunnels begin to arc away from this central hub. And you can see like there are platforms. Like you can see this place is not wide; it is long. It is like you enter through like almost like near the bottom center part of it, and there are many tunnels that spiral out from this central chamber that is about like, I would say 60 feet across and about like 120 feet up. And there are multiple platforms throughout, and you know this because the Illithids, they float, they levitate, so they do not need like stairs or things like that. So you are now in the Illithid's lair. What are you looking for specifically? You remember that many of these chambers, they are mostly like, you know, just like sleeping quarters for most of them. You know, they have labs here based on your last experimentation room, and you know at the center of the lair, further in from where you are at, which is like the sort of like the hub, there is the place where there's a pit where a gigantic brain was in. That was the leader of the Illithids that you killed. So rooms of interest would be the lab, experiment chamber, and the lair of the giant brain. These would be the first. Yeah, these would be the first places to pop into your mind as worthy to look into in this place.
The lair of the giant brain.
Okay, so you all want to go to the giant brain lair?
Yeah, sure. Let's say hi.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I mean, it's dead. You all killed it years ago. So you.
Me?
is it?
Oh no. Did
Yeah.
we preserve it for later?
No, you all left it there. Mostly
Oh,
because the
man.
moment you all defeated the giant brain, the beholder basically go, all right, I've helped you with this, now get out.
Oh man.
Why do I feel like if we went to check the brain pit, something else is there instead of the dead brain?
I mean, you won't know until you get there.
You want to leave
Yeah.
that place for last and do the other two places first?
Go check the lab.
Yeah, okay, let's do the other two places.
All right, so
Or I could just TNG DM Nick. You know?
mm, that will be $500. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
Oh my
l-
all right.
Lab, I guess.
Alright, so you head to the lab. This one is a tunnel off towards the eastern side based on where you enter into the Illithid lair. And like the tunnel, like you remember when you first came here, the walls tends to be slick with some sort of like milk. You know, like you all watched Alien before, right?
Oh yeah.
You know the alien hive, that kind of
Mm.
slimy texture. That is basically what the Mind Flayer's lair is like. Like those kind of like very Geiger-esque walls and slimy, but now they are all desiccated and dried up husks, leaving behind like texture that feels like tree bark. And so you proceed through the tunnel. At certain points, you all have to climb the walls or fly, because again, Illithids are a species that floats, so they have no consideration for like stairs and stuff like that. And eventually, you make your way into what seems to be the lab, and it is. The only reason you know that it is called a lab was because that beholder back then told you that this is a lab. Because at first glance, you would not say that this is a lab. It is basically a room that has like, at the center of it, there is like a pit that you remember back then was once filled with a type of greenish mucousy liquid. And along the side of it are like almost like organic shelves that emerge from the wall, and on top of it there used to be vials of like weird concoctions and strange devices that you all cannot figure out how to work. And the moment you enter here, you realize even though this place is years old, it looks cleaned out. Like someone has come here and taken everything.
Dang it.
And also the central pond, it is completely dried out and left behind like this, almost like ammonium style crust along the bottom. But yes, whatever that used to be in this lab, any equipment, any stuff has all been taken away.
Is there a plant nearby I can talk to?
There are moss, but I do not consider them plants.
Wow!
Can we get a resident biologist to confirm that, please?
I have no clue. I have no clue. This is Underdark. This is fantasy. I don't know. I mean,
Give me-
you can try.
Wait, no, hold on. I want to double check on my spell. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I
I mean, technically, fungus are plants, but they will be a lot more alien to you. And when you roll your persuasion check, it will be a higher DC than for the shrub outside.
Just for sake, what are ammonium crests? I don't know what they mean. I don't know what it means.
Basically, you know when you piss all over the wall.
Okay, so it's like piss marks. Oh,
No,
you should have just
crystallized piss mark. So it's ammonium.
Oh, okay.
It looks like that.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I can smell it now, too. Yeah, the smell of ammonia. The
Yep.
boys' toilet. Yeah.
Yes, ammonium is basically what makes up piss.
Yeah.
Oh, Ever
Cool.
Trevor said fungus are more human than plants. I agree.
and there he is. There's the biologist.
Resident biologist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I will allow Adair to attempt this because I think this will be funny or creepy depending on how Adair rolls.
I'm not very confident in my persuasion roll though.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to try?
It's a level 3 spell slot though. I'm going to save it for the beholders.
I'll tell you what, you save the spell slot, I'll just like beep at the moss. See if there's any response.
You beep at the what?
At the moss.
Yeah.
You know, like, I attach a
Alright.
binary message at the moss.
All right, you beep a binary message to the moss. The moss remains a moss. I mean, I'm not really sure what was gonna happen there, but you know, you receive no response from the non-sapient plant.
Yeah, because
Nice,
my
nice,
spell
nice.
gives it sentience. That's the problem.
Yeah. All right. So what do you all do now? But you do gather that this lab has been cleared out. Things have been moved away, not rotted, left to gather dust.
How about we plant a bean sprout and talk to it?
I mean, it's rock, like hard rock throughout this entire. There's no soil for you to plant, unfortunately.
I'm going to
And-
assume there's nothing around this area.
Yeah. Anything of use have already been taken away, cleared out.
Now,
Ugh,
if
you-
I'm going to use the corpse to put as the fertilizer to substitute the soil, is it possible?
To decompose the skeleton?
Yeah.
I mean.
I mean, the corpse acts the same way as the soil is, so we can put the bean sprout over
Yeah,
there.
but it takes a
I see you
but
invested a lot in speech.
yes,
Parallel.
but it takes a couple of weeks for things to decompose to become soil.
You could decompose it faster with like necromancy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a cantrip. Do you have the cantrip to
I
decompose?
think, yeah,
stuff?
there is a cantrip for that.
Yeah, I think it's called
Definitely, yeah,
gentle
I think-
repose or something like that. Is it?
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't have.
Oh, yeah, then no.
To decompose it faster.
Okay, but yes, where do you all want to go next?
You know what? Do you guys really want me to cast Speak with Plants?
Nah, it's fine. I don't think the
Alright,
moss is interested in speaking with me.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so where do you all want to go to next?
What's the other one?
Oh,
You
the
said
experiment room. The
Yeah,
lab, the
experiment room.
experiment room. Okay, so the experiment room, I'll just for the purposes of brevity, the room looks more like it has the same like general shape of the science lab, but this time instead of like the central pit and the shelf that emits from the wall, it has like several like growth that comes up from the ground to form what seems to be like surgical tables. that you remember back then were where a couple of, a number of villagers from that village was abducted and used for heinous experiments. They were like dissecting them in order to, figure out how like mortal creatures work. And you can see there are like different like pods lined up along the walls that you remember when you look through it. There were like strange humanoid abominations inside, which is the result of these elitists attempting to like mold human creatures into something else, but mostly fail, and whatever they created were left to die. And you remember that there was like a small little tunnel off towards one side of it where all of the dead bodies of failed experiments are dumped into, and you can see that tunnel there right now. And again, any sort of materials along like other minor shelves around where you remember back then used to have tools, again, all cleared out, no bodies. All of the pots along the wall, all opened, all cleared out.
Head into the little tunnel, or can we look around for plants to talk to again?
Yeah, just to put it short, the state of the experiment room and the science lab are the same. Any equipment, notes, or things that have been created at some point have all been taken away.
Okay, DM, I would like to ask something.
Yes.
We're in the Underdark, right? So we're underground.
Yes, very deep underground right now.
Okay, cool. So I have this spell commune with nature. The range is limited to 300 feet now because it's underground.
All right.
I'm gonna try and cast it to try and get a ping for any undead, celestial phase or anything that's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also try to find like any influence from other planes of existence.
Okay. Can you ping that ability into chat so that I can read it?
Yep, sure.
Just so I give the correct information.
Yep.
Okay. Cave 300 feet. Powerful celestial, fey, fiend, elemental, undead, influences from other planes of existence.
So the range is only 300 feet.
Okay. I will say, but as you sort of like concentrate and you focus, this entire area that you're in instantly pings to you as an influence from another planes of existence. Like, everything that has happened in this illicit lair does not belong here.
Just like detect traps all over again.
Yep. Like, the whole place lights up, and again, the strongest point came from where the giant brains room is. But most of these signatures are all faded, as if whatever that causes this place to be marked as an influence of another plane have long since been desiccated. It is essentially, you are in a tomb.
It could be
But
one
no,
or 2 months
no,
ago.
no pings of any undead anywhere.
None in this location.
Okay. So we're probably at the wrong place then.
I'm gonna check out the brain place.
Okay. Alright, so you all head towards the brain location. And again, this is a much larger chamber that is mostly empty, except again, right at the back center, there is a pit that, think of it like a crater. And you remember here, once there was a pool of like some sort of like concoction of like yellowish green, and within it was a giant brain with like tentacles that supports it. And this was the leader of the Illithids that controlled it was the thing that led the Illithids to mind control Valkanna. The brain was what was the thing that put Valkanna under its control, and you all killed it and left it inside this pool to rot. But as you approached, you see this same brain, but not in the state that you left it in. It is still dead, and it is still desiccated, but it is suspended in the air by strange wires and organic ropes, and scattered throughout. Like, most of these places is empty. It is just the pit where the brain is, and with a couple of shelves where maybe back then Illithids sort of work out of as sort of like the inner circle towards the brain. But most of that has been pushed aside, and there are new tables scattered around that gives this location almost like the feel of a lab itself. There are many tables full of like notes that have now long since been covered in dust, vials and tubes and wires all rusted and cracked and growing with strange moss and fungus. And right at the center of it, most of these wires that curl up from all the different devices throughout that all looks almost too anachronistic for your world. You think like, Tesla coils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stone structures that are carved into the shape of Tesla coils. Most of it emits like these organic strings that is looped up onto the walls, into the stalactites and stalagmites around you, that suspend this desiccated giant brain in the air, and is just left dangling over there, as if something was done to this brain, but you do not understand it at first glance.
It's desiccated, right? Like
Yes,
it's not.
it is dead and suspended, and this is definitely not how you left it.
Wait.
Hey, can you use word, Nick?
Wait,
Like,
wait,
I
hello.
don't know what anachronistic means.
Anachronistic means something that shouldn't belong in that era. Like, let's say, like a television in a show
Actually-
about the Civil War or something like that.
Yeah, I know now because I just looked it up, but
Oh.
like I didn't know what it meant.
Yes. And
So,
instantly, I would say
mm.
that for Zero and Atri and Adair, as people who have been like pursuing this, like some of these technology that you look around definitely reminds you of what you saw in the Beholder's Lair all those years ago. And you gather this at some point that Beholder set up its lab here to do whatever it did to the brain. Whether it succeed or not, it eventually left the lab behind and leave it to rot and gather dust.
Like,
Can we investigate and see what is the experiment that the beholder did?
Okay, make either, for those of you who have proficiencies in either of these, Arcana and History, you can make a roll to see whether you can understand from what is left behind here what is going on.
I both.
Now all history.
Okay, history.
I got neither. I got none.
Let's try. There you go. Hello.
17.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Nice.
Okay, so all of you begin to look around now. The first thing you notice, like from most of the notes left behind, they are written in a script that none of you understand. Like, it is a language that you don't, at first you look at it, you think that it's just stains and scribbles, but you know them to be language with those high rolls, but you just cannot understand it. So you have to gather from context, just from looking around, what is being done. And all of you working together, especially Sven, Atri, and Dominica, the three of you putting your brains together to figure it out. And eventually, from your, experiences as well, you begin to sort of like paint a half picture of what's happened here. From the tubes and the way those stones that looks like that is like carved into what almost look like Tesla, you gather they are probably power sources. And those organic wires that left the brain suspended are probably what transfers the power from the stone into the brain. And from gathering from all the other materials, like you all just sense some of the materials around, like they are magical components, item components. All of it depleted, not enough for any of you to use, but most of it points towards the direction of reanimation and enchantment, which is the same thing that you all read from the Death Stone that was dropped in Zetram. And from that, working off of how the giant brain worked, like it is a central hub, a hive mind that controlled the mind flayers. Just from looking at this, it immediately becomes clear what the Beholder was trying to do in twofold. One, to bring something that is dead back to life, and two, to extract what it can do. Because you know that the giant brain can mind control people, like what it did to Valkanna. So like it almost feels like, just from looking at this, it's like the Beholder is trying to pocket what makes the brain unique, and is trying to keep it alive through magic and science, but it seems to have failed. Or rather, it failed to keep the brain alive. You don't know whether it succeeded in its other task, which is extraction of power. Though considering what you notice of what happened to Valkanna, you gather it probably succeeded on that.
Yeah.
So can I drink some of the fermented brain soup?
There is none left. Again, it is just ammonium crust all over the ground. It has long since been dried up.
man.
You can eat some of these crystallized ammonium if you wish, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, it's like, Chinese people think it's healthy, right? Like some old people. Whatever. I'll just eat it.
I mean, I won't make you roll anything. I will just say for the purposes of this, you are poisoned for like 1 minute. You are basically, instead of drinking piss, you are eating piss, like crystallized
Yeah.
piss.
Crystallized.
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice, actually.
But yes, this is what you all learned from from your investigation roll. An attempt to resurrect, to maintain, and an attempt to extract what nature give one creature but did not give another. In other words, perversion of nature, basically, has what happened here.
Yeah, very naughty.
Yeah, and just from looking at this, you begin to understand why that beholder helped you and why it immediately chased all of you out the moment you all succeeded in bringing the brain down.
That's
Been
cool.
bamboozled. We've been bamboozled.
Very nice.
But yes, what are your next moves after learning this?
Let's go to the lair of the beholder. Yeah.
All right. Are all of you in
before we
consent?
go-
Oh yes.
Can I take a bite of the brain itself?
The desiccated
God.
brain.
Yeah.
Make a con save.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. This is good. Oh, 23.
Okay. Yep. You bite into it, and I guess you're a warforged. You begin to analyze its texture. You feel a feedback into your head that sort of like shocks you. Think of it as like almost brain freeze, but 20 times worse.
Brain blast.
Yes,
Brain blast.
but nothing happens to you because of that roll.
What happened, Nick?
Yeah.
I cut off. I cut off at the point where you said it feels like brain freeze.
Yes,
but
it feels like brain
20
freeze,
times
but
worse.
20 times worse. Emits throughout your entire body, but you do not suffer any consequences because of that
That
high
was it?
con roll. Yes. I mean, it's a corpse, so. I mean, at this point, should we call Sven a cannibal?
Oh,
Me,
okay,
it's not. He's not a cannibal because he's not eating his people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not eating Warforged.
Eating raw. Okay. I mean, he's riding a warforged. Is that a form of? Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's not go into like that territory. Okay, so all of you are proceeding to the beholder's lair now, is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. I will say that for the purposes of this. Okay. Who's in front?
The last time I led, I got everyone lost, but I'll do it again.
To be fair, not your fault because the landscape has changed.
Who wants to nominate themselves? Question mark.
I'll
It's
go
gotta
in
be-
front.
Do you have high survival there?
I have a
Um,
proficient in survival, which is 8.
I have 9.
that's-
Oh, there you go.
Lizard boy goes.
Okay, Lizard Boy, roll survival check as you lead everyone to the. Okay, good.
There you go.
Now you discover that this point, now that you all are at a landmark deep within the Underdark, there is the tunnels here are a bit more consistent. It did shift, but did not shift as much as the entrance going down to when Zero was leading. So it's not all his fault. It is his fault, but not all his fault.
Partly.
Yeah, but from here you are able to begin to cut through, and instead of taking 3 hours, y'all in about half an hour, y'all begin to emerge like towards a more familiar area that you all begin to recognize as that like just a few more turns would bring you to where the beholder's lair is. And it is as you are heading towards this point that you all hear noises coming from ahead. From
What noises?
in the like almost soft talking further up the path, like you cannot make out anything, but you can hear like soft, like not just speaking but also like a soft hum in the air, like like that. And the sound is a little reminiscent of the noise that the Death Stone made when you all approached it,
Hmm.
as it was like charging up before it emits each of its necrotic pulse. But it is very soft.
you want to go sneaky or Selfie?
Who would like to go
Sneaky.
sneaky?
Sneaky.
Oh, are all of you going sneaky as a group?
No, I can't do
Oh,
sneaky
that,
sneaky.
that's not
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
all do it.
No, here's
I
no, here's
have
the
this
thing.
advantage on it.
No, here's the thing. I can do this.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right. So
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we can do it.
roll pass without trace then.
Do I have to roll?
No,
Just,
it's
just,
just a
just
plus
all
10.
of you, yeah, just roll your roll it and then just plus 10 onto it.
Yeah.
Disadvantage, here we go.
Yeah.
Roll.
I got 18.
Okay. Okay, so 25,
is
17,
25.
18, 24.
Wait,
Wait, do I have the boots? No, wait. Hold on. I'll be checking something because I think I have advantage on sneaking.
Oh. That would be a 40 then.
And
Yes, I
Wow.
have because I'm wearing the boots of Elven kind, so that gives me advantage on stealth checks.
Oh, so all of you are sneaking up as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing.
can I
Yes.
I mean over here it does mention that I be able to climb up onto ceiling. Can I like sneak?
Yeah, I
Can I
mean,
be
you have spider climb, right? Is it?
Yeah, I do have swipe.
Okay, yeah,
so that
you
time, yeah.
your sneaking will be considered part of the spider climb as well. So you instead of going to the ground, you are on the ceiling. Just
Yeah.
all right. And with that, we will move you all to a new map.
How does a 10-foot tall hulking giant of a suit of armor sneak?
Oh, right.
That depends. Do you want to sneak walk inside your armor, or do you want to leave it behind?
So am I just gonna tiptoe using my armor?
It's up to you. Okay. Also,
I mean, you got a plus 10, just letting you know.
Yeah, but it's gonna be funny. Like the mental image is funny.
like
pretty
Chicken
funny.
Bell.
Yeah.
all right.
Up to you.
Okay, just so you know, because I finally subscribed and got dynamic lighting. What do you all see in this new screen? Nothing, right?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I would like all of you to drag your token to the bottom left corner. This area. This area.
Bottom left
Do you see
corner.
the green ping that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Drag it there.
We don't see our tokens
Okay.
though.
Drag
Wait,
our
wait.
tokens.
Where's the
Alright.
pig?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I see.
I see
Oh wow.
nothing, honestly.
I don't see anything.
If you don't see anything, that means you do not have
What?
dark vision.
What's going on?
Huh?
Oh,
It's like, yeah.
I,
It's like-
I have dark vision as a half-orc though.
I see.
It's like sight lines, like in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
isometric games.
Yes.
I just see like horrible sidelines. Am I like behind something?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
But
Can I
yes.
cheating. I'm cheating. Oh my god, this is epic! Wow.
Okay, do not walk up first. Go back down.
Okay, pull him back.
Go back down. And I also thank you for reminding me, Bewa. It is actually 1:00 a.m. I did not realize how time has flown. How time has flown. How time has flown. But yes, so just for the purposes of this, you all begin to walk up towards this tunnel, and we're gonna end the session right here. As you all approach what seems to be the lair of the beholder. What is happening here, we will find out on session 4.
Oh man. Let's play
I
session
see
4
something.
right now. I'm gonna
I see
process
something I
my.
don't. I see something I don't like. It
No,
looks very ugly.
you saw nothing. Keep yourself down there.
It does mention over there, do not enter.
Yeah.
And
I guess we better turn back.
yeah, just
Alright.
at the crossroad over there.
But yes, thank you all for joining us for session 3 of Age of Titans. We shall have session. I will update you all on when session 4 is. After you all go through the usual thing. And tomorrow, 9 p.m., I will be doing session 3 of Odyssey of the Dragon Lord. So hope to see you all there.
Okay.
All right. And with that, I shall end the stream now. Bye.
Bye.